So FTFE. Well, everybody here on the panel, quickly. Even you, Luca.
He's gone. He's gone.
This 45-degree that you at the sun, is he gone? Okay.
Yeah, he's gone.
Would that be a hypotenuse of a right angle triangle?
Absolutely.
So 45, yeah.
45, yeah.
The elevator.
Not bad. Just done my intros on my side.
Oh, it's so loud. That's echoey. This is all I've got so far. Oh, here comes Flatzoid. Hopefully that doesn't offend him. Where are you at, Craig? Are you just making a racket over there?
Yeah.
Yep. Hello, hello. Sorry for the late link.
Is my sound working fine?
Your sound's working. I'm just not sure about Craig. He's still sitting in silence over there. I think he's talking to his, he's talking to his aunt.
So how's it going?
Oh, good, good. I was just saying to Craig, it was harvest.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hello, today we are debating over on Monday Debates. We're over there now, so I'm just going to let them handle it. I'm debating Flatzoid. Enjoy the show. Right, hello, I am back, sorry.
Oh, yes. He's back. All right. Back again.
Hey, Jiffy, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. That takes me back up to about 3,000, I think.
Looking good there, Craig.
Thank you. I'm trying. If I get pulled over, you got any weapons in the car? Just this.
Yeah, that's much better. It's getting there.
Oh, man, you can't bring out that type of weaponry on the show. People get scared. Intimidating stuff. All right, just 1 second here. I'm just going to fix up our names right quick. So I'm just on it today.
So, as prepared as I am, it's all good. It's a Rubik's $2. Here's your NASA hush money. Please destroy Flatzoid. I've been ordered by NASA to destroy you, so I'll do my best, Flatzoid.
Oh, you hear that? The powers that be. And you know he can't go against that.
He needs his next paycheck, so.
I was gonna say you can't go against the powers that be, right, Craig?
No, obviously.
Right. Yeah, no, that's FTE's Lord and Savior, NASA, right there. All right, no, I'm just picking. Let's get her started. So, who wants to go first?
Flatzoid.
Doesn't really matter.
Flatzoid does. Do you want to go first, Flatzoid? Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't matter with me.
All right, cool. Appreciate that. I'm just doing my last clippings here. Had so many people on screen last time, so I don't need all of these screens now. Gives you a chance to tell your audience to go to Modern Day Debate and watch it on the real page.
Yeah, I'm not streaming this tonight, so.
Right, Craig? Yeah, that's what you would.
Yeah,
that's what you do. No, you just send them over when I tell them there's a
guys,
poll.
Guys, go to
in the
Monday
chat
Debate and tell them to come over here,
right?
all right?
Sorry, what?
Nothing. I'm just instructing my everyone on Monday Debate to come over here, so it's fine.
Oh,
you got enough subscribers. You can share
that. I mean, we're here for you as well, but All right, 1 second.
Whee. Oh, I should turn that off.
Go.
Yeah,
All right,
okay,
just
doing
clipping
good
out
boy.
your head there.
We've
making
got
sure
a
you're
dog
the same
here
size
to
so
watch
that-
the debate today.
What you saying, boy?
We've got a dog here to watch the debate today, Commander Riker.
Oh,
Who's a good boy?
welcome.
Who's a good boy?
How old's the pup?
He's only about 18 months. Still a baby.
Oh, okay. See, I said a pup, and it wasn't ironic this time. All right,
Okay, come.
just trying to make sure your faces are about the same size. Just 1 second.
Come on.
Guys
Who's a good boy?
are similar perspectives. So.
Sit. Paw.
Boom. There we go.
Clever.
That's perfect. All right, we'll get started up.
Go lie down. Go lie down. Go on.
All right, put yourself on mute if you want to do dog tricks, because Flatzoid's gonna go first. So I'm gonna get us started up on the stream here. So let me just check the stream. Oh, great. Could not access the stream key, it says. Okay, I know that changed because he used Streamlabs last time. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, one of those great opportunities to just say to your audience, hey, you're going to have to sit tight for a second while I figure out this issue.
Yeah, the
So
real
sorry, Craig.
channel are
Hey,
sorting
wait.
it all out over there, guys. Huh?
Gotta love that. Well, we were switching over to Streamlabs, and I think something changed with the stream key that I'm using right now because we haven't actually done the full integration. So I'm just gonna
You can
get
just
this
reset the
sorted.
stream
I'll be
key.
right back.
You know that. It's Rubik's for $2 says, I wonder if Zoid knows a real NASA shill sent that. Yes. The super chat actually came directly from NASA. Warm over there?
Damn hot. At least it's cooled down a bit this week from last week, but still hot.
Let's see. Yeah. All right. James is logging on in just to get that code sent over.
Thank you everyone for watching. If you are not subscribed to my channel, then please make sure you do so. Also, pop over to Modern Day Debate a nice like. You don't need to subscribe. They've got enough of those. That's fine.
No, we need more. We need more. We're on our way to
More.
300K now. Like, we're super excited. We actually just did a little mini stream the other day, and it was the first time that me and James were on Modern Day Debate together, because usually when one of us is on here, it's because we're picking up where the other one's putting down, right? You know? Like, I'm busy, so he holds the fort, or vice versa. So it was just a little thank you stream just to let our audience know that we do appreciate them. But yeah, no, James also let me know how much he appreciated me. I was happy about that.
So
you know?
didn't
I'll
lose your
take
job
all
then
the
after
credit,
the
that I never
moderating?
get.
You didn't lose your job to Nathan Thompson then?
I didn't hear anything about that. Except for maybe from you asking about it. That's about it. But anyway.
I bet you were extremely
let's,
worried when Nathan Thompson was like, I'm going to get you fired.
Well, that's just poor manners. I know that's not going to happen today unless you get too cranky with me there, Craig. But you behave yourself, okay? All right. I'm just going to try this one more. Yeah, could not access specific stream.
Jeffrey Jiffhold
Okay,
for $5
just gonna send this
says,
off to
I
James.
predict Keith's arguments would be like Riker's drinks. Dog water.
Oh, I almost feel like I should say, any response over there, Flatzoid, or you want to move to the next question? No. Oh my God. What are you doing, Craig? You trying to bait?
Hey, and just so you know, I give you
beginning?
full permission to read any insulting
that's
super chats
mature of you.
towards me, okay? Any insulting super chats towards me, no worries. Go ahead. I'm fine with it.
No worries. It's usually pretty okay. There's only a few that I usually will just wheel in because I'm like, there's just nothing here, unless they're like somebody that you've engaged with in the past. Like, if it's MC Tune and he pops in to say something, then it's probably with the idea that you know,
MC2's
Flatzoid's
just
probably
an
gonna want to
asshole. You
clap
don't want
back and
MC2 on
say,
your stream.
"This is
MC2
what I
just-
think," you know. Well, I mean, that's kind of what happened last time. Is, you know, MC Toon was chiming in, and I was like, I'm sure that you all want to say something to MC Toon.
Peck has
Yeah.
been a member
But
for 3
anyway.
months and says that you are a poopy bun. Peck, I remember. I think I've told you this before, but shut up, Peck. Okay. Ryan, do me a favor. Look at the camera and just say
poopy
"shut
bum,
up,
what a-
Peck" for me.
What? I'm not your. No, you got to send me money in order to get me to do stuff like a monkey.
Come on.
My God.
I'm trying to get as many clips as possible of people saying "shut up, Peck."
Did this person send in money to say this? You
Well,
go,
it
girl.
was a member super chat.
There you go. That's what you get. Oh man. All right. I'll just be another couple minutes. Sorry, I probably should have
That's okay.
should double check this first, but we'll
Rush
just
to
be
go
another
live
few
on my
minutes. I'm
end.
just going to set the clock out.
You want out there, Riker? Okie dokies. I'm just gonna let my dog out 2 secs. You go to bed. Go to bed. Goodbye.
All right, I got the new key. That's perfect. Yeah, you guys all hop off of Craig's channel right now before he gets his headphones back on. Unless you can hear me right now, you just gotta hop off Craig's channel. Come on over to Modern Day Debate. He doesn't need your money. We need your. No, I need it. That's right. You hear me, Craig? I told your whole audience to abandon you and come to Modern Day Debate, or just subscribe to my channel, Ryan Thy Mod. My God, I only got like 80 subs because you don't share my music, Craig. It's rude of you.
Well, it's because you can't say my name right.
Why?
Craig.
Is it Craig?
It's not. It's certainly not spelled Kreg.
Craig. It does sound a little. Yeah. Anyway, well, it's just. I'm just going to be quiet for a second. I'm just going to put this key in. It's very long. Love that.
The organization, guys, it's a professional setup over there, ready to go on time with the stream, going. It's all good. You know, me and Flatzoid getting here bang on time. In fact, early, really. But well, it's fine. We don't mind.
We'll just sit here in silence and let your audience think what's going on.
Hey, Zoomy Tomato, Liz K, Dan the
I
Man,
can't focus at all.
Brenda
I
and
swear.
Rubik's. Tenebris says FTFE is better than modern day debates. Well, that's your opinion. I'm not going to argue. Dihydrogen monoxide for £2 says it's spelled Craig. Get out. Had to lock my kids in their cage early today and everything. That's a joke, just in case anyone reports me to social services. There's no cage, it's just a box. I do put like air holes in the box and chuck some biscuits in and stuff. They're fine.
All right, I'm back. I just had to mute you guys in my ear for a second there while I got that put in. All
Sorry,
right.
we weren't insulting you, it's fine.
Let's check it. That's all right. I mean, you do what you want. That's all right. Let's see here. Just gonna double check to
Hey,
make
Danny,
sure
how
this is
you doing,
working
mate?
because we're having some fun today. Sorry about the wait, guys.
No,
I
you're
know you
not.
guys said it's all right, but
No, it's not worried, man. It happens.
I say sorry out of habit. But you caught me. You caught me, right? Like this is fine. This is fine. Worse things have happened to better people.
Yeah, I've got a message from James. He says you're fired.
Oh, I've done it. I did it. That's it. Yeah. It's because you complained to him, right? James is famous for, he loves it when people complain. One of his favorite things. But no, it's not
Dan the
something I'm
Man.
too worried about. My usual attitude, anytime anybody, like even in the past, like a coworker looks at me, he's like, oh, if you do that, you're going to get fired. And I'm like, oh, are you threatening me with better opportunities down the road?
Dandaman 249 euros says, no, it's spelled cre egg. You guys suck. I love you all.
All right, we're gonna
Right,
get started. I'm just trying to keep things light before
Let's
we
go.
get into the heavy. Awesome. We are ready to roll there, fellas. So let's get into those introductories. Welcome to Modern Day Debate. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. And tonight we have Flatzoid versus FTFE, and we're going to be doing Flat Earth versus Globe. And to get us started out, we got Flatzoid on the floor. So thank you so much for coming back to Modern Day Debate. We appreciate you being here, and the floor is all yours.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys. Glad you can make it. Thank you, Craig, for coming, and Modern Day Debates for setting this up. I do have a presentation that I would like to share. It should be showing now.
Yep, 2 seconds here. And you're up and running.
Awesome. Before we do start, I would like to just ask Craig if we are able to keep tonight based on something we can observe and is able to validate or invalidate in reality. So I think you would agree with that, because Craig says he loves science and observations. So let's keep it to that. So we'll start. How do we know Earth is a stationary enclosed plane? Obviously tonight I'm just going to be concentrated on one of these aspects, but I think it's going to be an interesting development. So what we do is we look out at our reality and we observe. We take these observations and look logically at what it shows. And then we test this logic. So based on the first observation, we have to take physics and we have to understand that when water is at rest, it finds level. Now the issue is, what is level? I see Craig already like, level. Yeah, because this is the globe's death. Let's look what level is. It's a horizontal condition. It is specially equilibrium of a fluid marked by a horizontal surface or even altitude. This means water seeks its own level. The key word there is horizontal surface. So when it seeks level, it means it's horizontal. And this is one that I want to harbor on a lot tonight. A line of surface that cuts perpendicularly all plumb lines that it meets, and hence would everywhere coincide with the surface of still water, the plane of the horizon, or a line in it. So it's to say to make a line of surface horizontal, to make flat or level. Now let's move on to what this means for the globe or the flat Earth. If we say the perpendicular meets all plumb lines, looking at the globe model on the left, that spheroid, and looking at the flat Earth model, those plumb lines, would they all coincide perpendicular with each other? The logical deduction based on this is no. Let's see what a perpendicular is. It's an angle of 90 degrees to a given line, plane, or surface, or to the ground. So it's a right angle at a 90-degree angle square. So a straight line is an angle of 90 degrees given to a line, a plane, or surface. That's what that is. That's what it shows, a 90-degree angle. In case anybody doesn't know what that is, that's that red line and the blue line crossing, which is a 90-degree angle. Let's see if it works on a sphere. There are no perpendicular plumbs on a spheroid. As you can see, all those plumbs do not meet with the same perpendicular. This means that level water will not work on a sphere. On the right, we do have a flat Earth, and you know what? All the plumb lines meet level, so therefore it takes away the argument that level water can curve. Now gets to the interesting point. People will try cherry pick one part in a definition, usually the Merriam-Webster, to try and say water curves. What would that part be? Having no part higher than the other, conforming to the curvature of the liquid parts of Earth's surface. The issue they have here is they just ignored what we just read, part of the same definition. It was already laid out that the curved parts of liquid parts of the water is horizontal, therefore has no curve. So the curvature of the liquid parts of the water would be 0. And B, parallel with the plane of the horizon, which is horizontal. So then again, no curve, no spheroid. That means level has no curve. Now we're going to look at the Dead Sea. Why would we look at the Dead Sea? Well, the Dead Sea is quite a large body of water, 605 square kilometers of it, of water at rest. It is separate from the rest of the ocean, so it is just at its rest point. What makes it so awesome is this means it's 605 square kilometers of level water. In other words, no curve. What does the globe claim if there is supposed to be curve? Well, we will take it on 8 inches per mile squared because that is the best approximation up to 1,000 miles. Obviously, the Red Sea and so forth is not 1,000 miles, so it is well within that concession limit. If you don't want to agree with 8 inches per mile squared, then you are throwing away the geometry of your globe, and you can go and fight with people like, who was it? A lot of globies, can't think of the guy's name, but anyway, he's a globe mathematician, and I can science that. He did a whole bunch of different equations and stuff, and it seemed that 8 inches per mile squared came out as one of the most accurate for your globe geometry. Let's look at what Malta Business Earth Curve Calculator says with the coefficient of refraction. Now, we're just taking this as low as you can go because we don't have a target height. We're just trying to make it to show you how ridiculous your curve would have to be over the Dead Sea. As you can see, there would be hidden 23,790 meters. That's quite a big hidden. Notice that the horizon would only be 4,890, so 4.8 kilometers away. Yet we can see much further than that based on any still body of water. So it was just to make a point. So the point of this is based on physics and observation, we observe no curve. The Earth measurements require horizontal plane. This is the second point I want to bring up. Let's look at the famous Eratosthenes radius calculation. Yes, calculation, not measurement. What did he do? Well, he made a few assumptions. Let's see. He assumes it's a globe. He assumes parallel sun rays. He assumes a horizontal tangent. He assumes the diverging zenith plumbs. Now, we already debunked the zenith plumbs based on the definition of level and water physics. So, why do you need to assume a globe? Well, why do we need to claim that it's a sphere that has divergent rays? Let's actually take a look at that. That's a picture of the sun. Definitely not parallel. That seems divergent to anybody that sees it. This is usually based on a point light source, and the lights have to diverge outwards. Now, obviously, Craig is trying to say, oh, the sun's very far away, so it will appear parallel. Yet observation shows that it is not far away, and it is divergent rays. Let's see. So he assumes a horizontal tangent to a curved surface. First, you have to prove your sphere to be able to make this claim, and yet again, he can't because of level water showing that curves doesn't exist. So he has to make this point to show it doesn't exist. So assumes divergent zenith plumbs. We already debunked that earlier. It violates the definition of level and physics of water. Next, planar surveying uses horizontals. Why is that? All horizontals are always parallel to one another to make their measurements. This is how they get slope and incline angle measurements. Not curve measurements, incline and slope angle measurements based on a horizontal datum, which are always parallel to each other and to the Earth's surface. So, next we move on to refraction and diffraction can cause optical obstruction, which the globers usually claim is physical. This is from Skyfree's first observation, which we'll probably bring up later. This is on the left, you see before diffraction. Refraction is introduced. The laser light is higher than the apparent horizon. After refraction, the laser light seems to have dropped below the apparent horizon, and the laser light is looking as if it's going over a curve. So therefore, it's not physical, it is optical. The next one from Skyfree again, as you can see the buttons on the left, you see it perfectly as soon as they open the door and refraction comes in. Where is it? In other words, refraction causes the curve, not refraction takes away the curve. This is an observation of one of my first videos on my channel. As you can see, zoomed out, this is based on diffraction causes bottom-up obstruction. I'll be showing a few observations of that tonight as well, where from far away, you cannot see the boat at all. As soon as you start zooming in, you are able to see the boat. It gets more clearly from top to bottom. And if you stay on long enough and are able to zoom long enough without understanding, there's swells in the sea, there's wind, so there's a whole bunch of difficult observations that can cause it not to be visible, which can give bottom-up obstruction, but not physical Earth curve. Foreshortening is a thing. This is another observation I wanted to bring up. This is based from a zoom channel, which is awesome. This drought ship was 12.9 meters away. It was supposed to be under 6 meters of curvature. None was there. The geometric horizon should have been only, I think, about 3 kilometers away, yet that lightout was about 5 kilometers away, and yet all was visible. So missing curve there. And that's all I needed to present for now. So yeah, I just asked that we can keep it to Earth and what we can observe and actually use and test to make what we need. Thanks.
All right, you got it. Well, thank you so much, Flatzoid, for your opening opening presentation there. Sorry, I can't speak tonight. If you're hanging out in the live chat, make sure you hit the like button. We do appreciate it. We are going to open up a poll. So if you're hanging out in our live chat and you want to let us know what you think, or right now going into the debate, I'm going to fire that up in just 1 second. But in the meantime, we're going to hand the floor over to FTFE Craig. The floor is yours.
Okay, I'm just going to share my screen.
Can't hear you right yet.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I'm just going to share my screen. 1 second.
Yep, you got it. Oh, I got to set the timer right. And you're good to go.
Right, so Flatzoid asked us to keep it to things that we can test and measure on Earth, and well, number one, you don't get to determine what my evidence is. Number two, yeah, that's absolutely kind of no problem really. The brilliant thing about the globe is that you can test it. You can test it, and the predictions that would come from the globe, and see what those predictions say. And those predictions say that we've got a radius of 3959 miles. Luckily, that's been measured many times. Here's a list of radius of Earth measurements using surveying methods. There's one I wanted to bring here, which was the California-Washington arc of primary triangulation. Now, triangles are a good tool because we know the internal angles of a triangle are 180, which means that if a triangle is on a flat surface, with all bits touching that surface, the internal angles of the triangle will be 180. The only way that the angles on a triangle being more than 180 is possible is if you have a spherical triangle, the triangle on a surface of a sphere. Now, whenever any of these surveys are done, the whole list of them here, which you can find at mctoon.net/r, the surveyors find what is called spherical excess. Now, that is a summation of the angles of triangles and how much above 180 degrees these triangles have. Now, again, the only way you can have a triangle above 180 degrees is if it is a spherical triangle on the surface of a sphere. If you look at the right of this table of the California-Washington arc of primary triangulation, you see every single triangle that is measured has a spherical excess. Every single one. Which means that the triangles on the surface of the Earth, with the way that surveyors do the big measurements, are curved because they're on the surface of a curved thing. That's easy. You want to have a look at things that we can test? Brilliant. Go and ask the surveyors that have actually done the testing. That's quite easy to do. Another thing that we can test is if the Earth should be rotating, because our model says that the Earth's rotating at 0.000694 RPM, or once per day. And again, here is a large list of measurements of rotation of the Earth. Some that we've spoken about many times. There's one I want to really talk about, which is the detection of Earth's rotation using superfluid phase coherence. That is this one here. I'll just quickly briefly talk about what the experiment is. The paper is about using a superfluid helium, a weird state of helium that behaves like a quantum liquid to measure Earth's rotation. Here's how it works. A superfluid helium is a fluid form of helium that flows with zero resistance, absolutely no resistance at all, which means that it's super sensitive to any kind of motion because of its quantum nature and state of having zero resistance. Think of it just like a super smooth, zero friction liquid. Okay, and how do you use that to measure rotation? Well, the experiment uses a small ring-shaped container, like a donut, filled with this superfluid helium. and the container's got a tiny, tiny hole in it, like a thin straw just breaking that ring. When the Earth spins, the container obviously spins with the Earth, but because the fluid has zero resistance, you can measure the difference between the container and the fluid. So when the Earth spins, the container moves too. The superfluid inside reacts to this motion, creating a tiny flow through the hole to stay in sync with its quantum properties. How does superfluid detect rotation? The Earth's rotation causes a phase shift in the quantum properties of the superfluid, like a small ripple in a calm pond. And by measuring the speed of the flow through the tiny hole, scientists can figure out how fast the Earth is spinning. You can make a prediction as to what you should see flowing through that tiny hole if the Earth is rotating using this superfluid, superfluid helium. And what did they find? Well, this paper takes us through what they found, and it says that they measured the Earth's rotation very, very accurately to within a 0.005% error, and it matched every single other measurement that we've ever done. Now, this method could lead to super sensitive tools for navigation and studying physics, and it's also a really cool demonstration of quantum behavior. But the fact is, it matches the prediction of Earth rotating. How else do we know that Earth is rotating? We can look at the Coriolis effect. The Coriolis effect is because the Earth is rotating and it is a sphere, different parts of the Earth have different tangential velocities. The whole thing is moving at once per day, but that means the surface, because some bits are bigger than the other, they have to take longer to go around, so they move faster. And that means that things that are moving relative to that surface are essentially moving over a floor that is moving at different speed to them that they have maintained from another part of the Earth. One of the effects of this is weather and tropical cyclones. And tropical cyclones have never, ever, ever crossed the equator. The reason why this demonstrates the Coriolis is a fact is because the Earth predicts that the Coriolis at the equator is 0. And if there's no Coriolis, there's nothing forcing the rotation of these moving cyclones, then they've got no energy and they die. So as we can see on screen, tropical cyclones 1945 to 2006, not one of them has ever crossed the equator. One got really quite close, but died as soon as it literally touched the equator. But tropical cyclones don't have the energy to keep moving because there is no rotation forced onto them by the rotation of the Earth due to this Coriolis force. Again, this is the predictions of Earth, things that Flatzoid asked that we stick to, things that we can test. We can look at the weather, see what it does, see if it matches the predictions. That is a test. How else do we know the Earth's rotating? Using Coriolis force, using something simple like the Foucault's pendulum, which again is moving relative to the surface of the Earth, so we'll have a force applied to it. And the great thing about a Foucault's pendulum is you can actually use the amount that it moves to calculate your latitude on Earth, which is a prediction of the globe Earth. So this gentleman, the gentleman physicist, set up his own Foucault's pendulum and let it swing for as long as they could until 41 minutes passed and it didn't really swing anymore. Then they measured the angle that it swung, and then they used Foucault's sine law to find out where they were on the Earth, their latitude on the Earth, which is something you can do only on a rotating body. Coriolis force introduces these things, and this is the prediction, the things that we can test, specifically what Flatzoid asks for, stick to things that we can, actually observe and test. You can observe this, you can do the test, you can do the prediction, and what happens is you find out that it matches the prediction. So using the swing, he predicted this was his latitude. His actual latitude was just a tiny bit off, which is a extremely good way to show that even using very basic equipment, you can test the Coriolis force of the Earth rotating. So there's so many ways to test that the Earth is rotating. Now, another way we can do it is just, go and look at the Earth in space. Flatzoid said to stay on Earth, but I'm not going to do that. This was an amateur rocket that they sent up to space with a non-fish eye lens. And whilst up there, it got some amazing pictures of Earth's curve. You can go and check this video out. Let me get one up on screen, actually, where you can see. You can check this video out, and you can even see which camera he used, because he did sell it, and all the information about the camera is there. It's got no fisheye lens. It sees the curve of the Earth. It's a test of the prediction. Now, quickly, I'm just going to go over what Flatzoid said about level. He's wrong. Level can mean many things depending on the conditions that you're using it in. Surveyors use leveling to say that it is the curve of the Earth. So this is surveying back from back in 1814, where they're saying the curve of the Earth is what level is. The surface, which is everywhere perpendicular to the direction of gravity. And we have a look what the surveyors say an actual level line versus a horizontal line is. You can see there the curve is the level surface curved, horizontal line straight. Here is a diagram from an instruction book for surveyors: horizontal line straight, level line curved, because it is level to the surface underneath it. Many things Flatzoid said that are wrong, but we can get into that more of a back and forth. But yeah, so how do we test the Earth? We make predictions. We see if those predictions are correct. Every single time, let me be clear here, every single time that we make a prediction and test it, it shows that the Earth is a globe. So I'm going to go with what reality shows us, what we can test. We can get into Flatzoid's misunderstanding of the physics of water in the back and forth, because that was quite humorous. But yeah, thank you. You can find me over on my channel, FTFE. Go over there and drop me a sub. I'm currently streaming every day. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you, FTFE. We appreciate your introductory statement there. Everybody should be able to hear me now, and I have gone into my computer settings and deleted that camera microphone. So you probably heard me in the Zoom chat, but the audience of Modern Day Debate did not. So that shouldn't happen again. I love that. So I'm going to put the poll up now because I got properly distracted by that. So I do apologize. The poll is going to come up right now. We're going to go into open discussion. I'm going to hand the floor over to Flatzoid, and then I'll check in with you guys in about, well, we'll just see how things go. So, yeah, I'll hand it on over to you, Flatzoid, and let's get into open discussion.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I just have to point out the surveying you just brought up was based on geodetic surveying, so they assume the spherical Earth. That's why they use the GSW85 correction tables. And no, I was not wrong. They do use horizontals. When they do geodetic surveying, they have to account for the assumed ellipsoidal model, and that's why they claim level is curved.
Correct,
Now,
yes,
you haven't.
absolutely.
Yeah, I would hope you now would address what level is and the physics of water, because water has never
no worries.
been demonstrated to and ever measured to actually curve over long distances. Water levels are a good way to show this, because in construction they use water levels for long distances, which shows it always has the same perpendicular line through it, which goes against the globe.
Yeah, water levels react to gravity, and at every point will be perpendicular to the pull of gravity. I just want to clarify one thing. There is no physics of water. Water doesn't have its own physics. That's not a thing. Water is matter, and like every other bit of matter in the universe, water simply reacts to forces that it is, that are acting upon it. When there's no forces, that would be the natural state of water. When there's no forces acting on water, water is actually a sphere. That is water at rest. The only reason on Earth that water attempts to find its lowest potential state is because there is something creating a force that makes an acceleration pulling it down. And it's as simple as that. Every bit of water on Earth is reacting to the force of created by gravity, pulling it towards the center of the Earth. But back to level. The word level has can mean many things, and depending on context. And I showed literally in my intro there pages from surveying manuals that show what level is, showing that level is literally a curve. So why would you argue with the professionals that all say that level is a curve? Going back to 1814, and I can show that again. It didn't actually show on the screen for my channel for some reason. But why Flatzoid would you argue with professionals that say, for instance, the true level is the curve of the Earth, or there's a difference between a horizontal and a level line, and the level is curved and and relative to the Earth? So why would you disagree with the professionals?
Again, I explained this to you now. When you take geodetic surveying, they assume an ellipsoidal model, the Clarkin model, which is based on ellipsoid, so spherical. So they take spherical corrections, hence spherical axis, which doesn't exist.
Well, no, that's not how it works, actually.
Plane surveying, which is a horizontal datum, and then they measure slope and incline angles.
Yeah, you know that geodetic surveying literally ignores
they calculate the Earth's curve correction into those measured horizontal datums, and then also no, gravity is not a force, so it can't do what you claim.
Again, no, I
Now,
said it
you
creates a
claiming-
force. Let's
now,
be clear.
you're
I said it
claiming-
creates
you're
a
claiming
force.
water
Let's be
cannot-
clear.
now,
It
you're claiming
creates.
water-
Hold on.
now,
I
you're
need my
claiming
claim.
water
I need to
will-
clarify my
doesn't have
claim.
Physics. I'm
Flatzoid,
still
you can't
trying to make a
strawman me.
statement.
One second.
I
Hold on.
let
yeah,
you
Let's let
talk.
Flatzoid. Well, let's let Flatzoid wrap his point. So
Okay.
like another let's try to 7 to 10 it and hand the floor.
Awesome, thank you. So yeah, and then when you were claiming that gravity causes water to be at equilibrium with the sphere, which is false because that's not observable. Water is based on physics. It's called hydrostatics. If you haven't noticed, that is physics of water. So
No,
when
no,
water
hydrostatics
does
is the physics
seek
of
rest
water at rest.
at its level, which is horizontal.
All right, we got to let him respond to some of that there.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So,
there, Craig.
no, hydrostatics is the physics of water at rest, but water itself doesn't have its own physics. So I just want to go over a couple of things to show that you are wrong. So geodetic surveys actually, and you could, if you go to, well, actually, if I just share my screen, do one sec, and make sure it's sharing on my side as well.
Yeah, no worries. I better start this timer up. Boop, boop, boop. And
Sorry, bear me 1
well, let's
second.
check that screen share. Yep, we're up and running.
Why is it not showing on my side?
Now, who doesn't know how to tack? Ooh.
It's like
picking.
a bunch of different
worries.
options to bring it up. For some reason, it's not. Right, let me just show it with display. That'll work. No, what is going on? Sorry, just 1 second. I apologize.
All right, well, if you can
We're
carry on
bringing it over here. We're bringing
the
it over here.
discussion.
Right, okay, I've got it. Here we go. Let me change my screen share
Showing
quickly
your
for you.
messages on screen. Man.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
that's my harvest. Look at that, Craig. You're showing
Shit.
everybody my
Shit,
harvest.
I am so bad. Right, I'll share the right screen now. And
It's
There
the
we go.
most wonderful time.
right,
of the
okay.
year. I meant what I said. Gotta own
right,
it
so-
now, Craig.
When it talks about geodetic surveying, it actually says that they ignore the curvature of the Earth, which is interesting that they would say that when they actually do the geodetic surveys. So from ScienceDirect.com and geodetic surveys, it says that curvature of the Earth's surface can be ignored and consider the flat plane without compromising the accuracy of the positions obtained. It's interesting
Read
that
the
they.
top point. Wait,
Yeah, hold on.
read the top. Read the
I'm
top.
gonna.
You're reading cherry picking. I'm just pointing it out. Read the top of it, please.
Thank you. Yeah. No, geodetic surveying does not take into account the Earth's curvature while plane surveying. Exactly, because the curvature of the Earth's surface can be ignored and consider the flat plane without compromising the accuracy of the positions obtained. The important thing here is that it says the curvature of the Earth's surface can be ignored, which
Okay, we
means
gotta
that
give
there's
him a chance to
something
respond.
there. Well, I haven't finished.
That's
Like
plane surveying
he
on
brought up a
screen.
bunch of things. I'd like to just respond to all of them. The fact that the curvature of the Earth can be ignored shows that they are ignoring something. The way you described geodetic surveying is wrong. They don't just add it on automatically. It's what they measure, and then of course they are assuming the Earth's a sphere because it is. But when they measure to check and they see there's a spherical excess, that is the proof of that. It's not just something they add in to make it look different.
All right, we gotta give him a chance to respond, Craig. I know that you.
I know.
wanted
I was just
wrap
trying to
up
respond
a
to
few
everything
points
he
there,
said.
but
Yeah, if he says a lot
I
of
know,
things, I just want to
there's-
make sure I get all of it. That's all.
I understand, but there are points of injection where somebody might want to clarify something that either they said.
Oh
or
yeah.
either,
The one thing I wanted to
commentary, so-
clarify. The one thing I did want to clarify was Flatzoid's straw man of me. I never said gravity is a force. Gravity creates a force.
All right, we're handing the floor over to Flatzoid for a few here. Just give you a chance to respond there, Flatzoid.
Right, I quickly took a screenshot because he didn't want to read the first part of that statement because it's
I did,
clearly
though.
about planar surveying and not geodetic surveying. However,
Yeah.
the most commonly practiced method is plane surveying,
Oh yeah, that's on
comma,
the screen. Yeah.
a local data collection which is based on plane surveying, covering much smaller areas, which is up to about 150 square miles. So
Yes.
that the curvature of the Earth's surface can be ignored and considered a flat plane. This is based on
Exactly.
plane surveying, not geodetic surveying,
and you're not on
without
the screen,
compromising the accuracy of the positions obtained. So, would you now concede this was not a statement for geodetic surveying ignoring curve, or it's just plain surveying ignoring
No, that
curve?
wasn't what maybe you misunderstood what I was saying. This was pointing out that geodetic surveying is, has the curvature of the Earth in it, but as this says, plane surveying doesn't take it into account. This is my point that I was making, and that's why I had this on screen. And I didn't realize you meant read that bit. I was just I assumed people would read the whole thing, right? But as that says, plane surveying ignores the curvature of the Earth, right? That's what it said, yeah.
And why is that, Craig?
Because it's over such a small distance that it doesn't affect the accuracy. As that screenshot said, as what you had on screen said, it can disregard it because it's so small and it won't affect the accuracy. But the fact is that statement says that it disregards it. It ignores it, meaning that there is something there to ignore. Okay? That's the important part there. And above it, the geodetic surveying... just let me finish my point. Above it, geodetic surveying, it was showing about how it takes the curvature of the Earth into account, but plane surveying doesn't, because it doesn't need to for that small distance for the accuracy.
Great. So this brings me back to the triangulation. I'm glad you brought in Arc of the Continental Triangulation. And do you know planar surveying works up to 150 square miles?
Yes.
How much curve would you expect in 100 square miles?
I don't know the exact figure, but it's small enough that they can ignore it.
Okay,
it doesn't affect the accuracy of it that much.
For instance, observation using a telescope. Okay, let's say, for instance, we use a telescope looking out at the ocean. Should we then say we shouldn't see curve, boats going over the curve then?
No, it doesn't say you can't see curve. It
because
says
that's
that they
usually
don't...
at 5 miles.
And again, no, it doesn't say that you can't see curve. That's not what plane surveying says. It says that they can ignore it. That doesn't mean they don't see it. It means they ignore it. And you can only ignore something
but they take
they can only ignore something that is there. This is the thing. If you want to play semantics, this is how semantics works.
Okay. So if they can ignore curve at about 150 miles, and we saw that based on the Dead Sea, 605 kilometers has almost 24,000 meters of curve.
Dead Sea.
Do you think that is not a lot of curve to ignore?
Right, let me just, Dead Sea, let me show you something quickly. Dead Sea isn't flat. This is a chart of the tides of the Dead Sea, the time of low and high tide of the Dead Sea. Tides mean that there's a curve to the water. It's certainly not flat. So you cannot empirically absolutely claim that the Dead Sea is flat because it has a tide. Unless you can actually present measurements of the Dead Sea being flat, the fact that there's tides disprove your claim of the water being flat. Sorry, but it doesn't match your claim. Dead Sea is not flat. Tides disprove that.
Okay, then I want to ask you, is tide curve or is it just water movement?
Oh, tides are definitely curved. Yeah, 100%.
No, I asked, is it Earth curve or is it just water movement?
I never said that it's Earth curve. I said that it shows that there is a curve to the water. Whether it's Earth curve or not isn't the point. It just disproves. Hold on, let me finish my point. The thing is, it just disproves your claim of the water being flat under any circumstances because there is tides.
All right. To be fair, you did cut off Flatzoid there, so let's let Flatzoid finish his thought there just before you jump there. It felt like it was a natural passing of the ball, but let's just carry into what you're saying there, Flatzoid.
No stress. So I'm going to ask him, over the 605 kilometers, is the whole thing got a once-off 605 kilometer tide, or is it separate tides at separate different parts of the Dead Sea?
There's high tide and low tide at two different parts.
Okay. So when there's a high tide one, there's low tide somewhere else?
Yeah, matching the prediction of the globe and what you would expect. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. No, not matching prediction. Tides is not prediction of globe. So
absolutely
anyway,
is.
so we can claim that your Earth goes like this then? Wait. So your Earth goes like this then?
No, that's a nice straw man. Again, I didn't say the tides were because the curve of the Earth. I said it's a prediction of the Earth.
I'm glad we can then concede your argument is mute then.
No, it's not. It's just this disproves your argument.
Tides.
No, I just said it disproves your argument.
Give you 10 seconds for Flatzoid.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just
We can even move over to canals if you wanted to, because canals have no tides. We can move over to some
and
lakes
the
as well
Bedford
that
level
have no
canal
tides.
that is definitely
How
curved.
would
That's
you-
been measured curved. Yeah.
How would you put that into your argument that there is earth curve over, for instance, a lake or a canal that has no tide?
Well, we could just go to the measurements of people that have measured the curve over a lake. I could bring that up if you like, because it was done by the main surveyor, and I've displayed it many times. He used his theodolite and measuring abilities as an actual surveyor to measure the curve over a lake, and many more places as well. Bedford level canal has been measured curved many times, so yeah, I don't understand why you would bring up canals. That's interesting.
Bedford level canal has been the benchmark for flats. I don't know where you.
No, there was a guy that
measured
lost a
curve.
bet a couple hundred years ago about that and refused to pay. But it's been shown that the Bedford level is curved many times.
No, it hasn't been shown.
No, it doesn't
You're
work. It
talking
definitely
about
has.
parallax. Sam got them.
Yeah.
Anyway, when he measured your so-called curve, he didn't measure curve. He showed that he was still able to see something that shouldn't be there, and the argument was no refraction. So anyway, your refraction is based off of a already assumed terrestrial refraction radius. Now,
Yeah, it's not assumed.
the problem
we know
you have with every argument you bring up, you're going to have to assume your globe to be there. You're going to have to assume a radius for that globe, and you're going to have to assume that everything based on observation has to have correction for that assumption. Now I'm going to bring it down to, can you provide me evidence for your radius to give
Yes, I've done that already.
value
I've done
for
that.
the
I did that with
coefficient?
the measurements that I showed. I've shown an entire list of measurements of Earth's radius, including the one that I showed, the table to the spherical excess of the thing you misunderstood. So I've done the thing you asked for. So I don't know why you would ask for it
Great.
again.
Can you? I love it. You can bring up that arc of continental triangulation again, please. Because what were the distances
I didn't use the
between each
triangulation.
baseline?
I didn't use the American arc of the triangulation of the American arc of the parallel. I used a different one.
I didn't say American.
It showed spherical excess.
I
All the
didn't say
triangles
American.
added up to
I
more
said
than
arc of the
180.
parallel.
That's
It
it.
uses. No. What were the distances between each of those baselines, which are all
Well, I
horizontal, by the
can.
way?
I showed a couple of hundred, so I mean, you can go through it at your leisure. But the fact is that every single one of the triangles
So
had
give
a
an
spherical.
average.
The fact is that every single one of them had a.
Give an average.
The fact is that every single one
Give
of
an
the.
average distance of each
The
baseline.
fact is that. The fact is that
My
every single
goodness, you
one
guys.
of
One second.
the measurements that were done of the triangles had angles of more than 180, meaning it was on a spherical surface. If you would like to calculate the averages yourself and check it, you are more than welcome to.
Okay.
All right,
Remember when I said planar surveying doesn't take curvature into account to 100?
Yeah, it ignores it. It ignores it because you can only ignore a thing that was there.
One second, Craig. You got to let him wrap up at least one thought before you jump in. Maybe I'm being unfair there. I'm being a little.
No stress, man. But anyway, were those baselines that are horizontal, by the way, which were linked to each other? What they did was, guys, they actually linked horizontal baselines together, and they got spherical access because they forgot that things are optically measured. When they measured these things optically, did they do corrections for sphericity in their calculations?
The calculations used the assumed
answer is yes.
curvature of the Earth, but they checked by measuring the calculations against those assumptions. That's what they did. They checked the assumptions,
they already had
which
their radius value.
I am still talking. Oh yeah, they knew what the Earth's radius was from previous measurements, but they were checking. They were testing the predictions, which is an important thing which you said at the beginning was something we have to do. So to test the predictions, you have to know what they are and have that as an assumption and then test against it, which they did by measuring triangles using the refractive conditions. They didn't just do it one, they did it over many times, testing the barometric pressure and temperature, taking that all into account because we know how refraction works. And over the many measurements done over many different days and everything, it all figured out that the triangles had angles that added up to more than 180. That was the factual statement of all of those, not just one, every single one of them. And yes, It matched the assumed curvature of the Earth, because that's how you test things, by having an assumption.
Great. So they had a bias, and
No
would they have
bias.
got
You
the
just
same
strawman me. I
results
did
if
not
they
say they
did
had a
not-
bias. Do not
would
strawman
they-
me. I did not say they
would
had a bias. Do
would
not
they
strawman
get
me.
the same? Would they get the same results if they did not put these spherical corrections into their calculations?
They didn't put spherical corrections. They had the assumption
You
of
had it
the
on
Earth
screen.
being a curved. Again,
One
the
second,
correct,
One second.
the spherical corrections are just what it's showed as the spherical excess. That's what you get afterwards. You measure the triangles, and obviously, when you are measuring things at different altitude, you have to have what the spherical difference would be between those points when you're doing the measurements to find out what the actual angles are. You cannot test something if you don't use the data coming from before. So yes, they have to assume the Earth is a globe and then test against that using the known measurements of the globe. And they didn't get different measurements to what they had before. They figured out, oh, those measurements are correct. This is even more accurate. Amazing. And every single one does the same thing. Surveyors all disagree with you. Let me be clear. You are not a surveyor. Surveyors all disagree with you.
Okay, first of all, you did bring up the corrections on table. You had it on screen. Those corrections are done before the measurement of the spherical axis, which is based on an average anyway.
I just explained what that was,
Craig,
yes. It's like you didn't
I've
listen to
actually
the words
read
I
through
said.
that paper many times. That's why
No,
I'm
you
able
haven't.
to go and show you haven't.
You really haven't
Just
read through it.
taking little screenshots from a Toon site shows you don't actually look through what you're arguing with. So again,
Again, don't
will they
strawman
get
me.
the
I've read those
same-
extensively.
will they get the
Can you
same-
stop
whoa,
strawmanning
whoa, I'm
me?
still
Is it okay if you
will they
stop
get-
strawmanning me?
I'm not
All right.
sure many. Will they get the
Yes, you are.
same measurements if they did not calculate the sphere into those measurements?
They don't calculate the sphere into the measurements.
They did. You showed it on screen.
No, they didn't. Spherical corrections does not mean they calculate the sphere into the measurements. It means that they are making
Right.
corrections because there's different altitudes that the total points will be at, the total stations will be at, and they have to take those different altitudes into account, knowing the difference between them and the curvature arc that you would have. That is what the corrections are. If you don't do that, you don't get the right measurements. So again, it's testing the actual
Okay.
assumptions using the known measurements. Flatzoid, the fact is you don't understand surveying, and all of the surveyors in the world disagree with you, and all of them say that the Earth is a curve. And it goes back to the simple point of when you talk about planar surveying, you ignore the curvature of the Earth. And to be clear, you can only ignore something that is actually there.
No, I can ignore that you're getting bold. That doesn't literally mean you're
I'm not getting bold.
is it? Let's just put it this way.
Did you just
Again,
say, look at
I'm
your
showing
hairline
you
compared
that
to
you
mine,
don't
dude?
understand the data you presented. And yes, I'm also getting bold. Okay, anyway, you showed the presented data you put on screen. You didn't even know what was being read there.
Oh, no, I did. I explained it
After
to you.
that correction they made, and you just conceded now 2 seconds ago, well, a minute ago, where you claimed it was based on elevation. Was that elevation and arc that you claim based on an assumption of an R value?
Again, yes, they have the assumed radius value because that is what they are testing. So to get the correct measurements, if there are two stations that are different altitudes, they have to know the arc difference between them. That is what the spherical corrections are to get the correct measurements. If you don't have that in there, you don't get the correct measurements.
Great. I love it. Thank you. So, in other words, if they
okay.
didn't
Well,
put
welcome to the
those
Globe Earth. Thanks for
assumed
playing.
calculations based on the radius, they would have not got the same measurements. Therefore,
No, because they would have done it
as
wrong. Absolutely.
spherical axis
They
on
would
a
have done it
curve.
wrong and they wouldn't have
Remember
got the
what I
same,
was
yeah.
saying when they took the radius.
Let's
The
unfinish
radius
this point.
value was already assumed in the calculation. They
Yeah,
measured
you know you have to
using
assume,
a
right?
triangle which is flat. They calculated with correction of it claiming to have a curve, therefore giving their bias assumption for a curve. I can
Strawman.
go and make any assumption I want. As if I got a bias towards it, I can make the math work towards my bias. Now,
That's not how it works.
Again,
that's not a
notice
bias.
how you have
There's no
failed
bias
to
by
show
making an assumption.
measurements.
No, I didn't. I showed many measurements. You just ignored them. You can't nut away all the measurements that I showed.
Already was based. That measurement was already based on a flat baseline.
No, it was
and
no, it
them
wasn't.
having an
Flat baselines-
assumption of calculating, not measuring, calculating.
Define flat
a globe
baseline.
into it based
Define
on
what a flat
radius.
baseline is.
So can you show me?
Flatzoid, define
can
what
you-
a flat
wait,
baseline
forgive
is.
me. So
I want you to
can
define what. I don't know what you said.
Fairness, let's give
I don't know what you said.
10.
I don't know what you said. I want him to define what a flat baseline
on a
is.
brief mute. I'm so sorry. I'll give you 10 seconds to wrap up your thought there, Flatzoid, and then let's hand it back over to Craig, because you are putting a bit there. So let's do 10 seconds and hand the floor.
Thank you very much. So yeah, I would like Craig just to show me where they have measured this radius to be able to take that radius assumption to use the calculations to calculate into their measurements for a globe.
Yeah. First off, as I was just trying to say, can you define a flat baseline for me, please?
Horizontal plane.
Yeah, no. In regards to the measurements, what is a flat baseline, and how do you use it?
Horizontal plane.
And how do you use it?
You use it as a reference datum to give you elevation angle, which would give you your close triangle.
You use a flat baseline as a reference datum. Did you just say that?
Do they not on the arc?
No, I just want to clarify. That's what you said. Did you just say that?
Do you know?
No, I just want. I didn't hear you. Can you clarify what you said, please? I just want to be sure what you said. That's all.
Go ahead,
Did you just say that a horizontal flat baseline is a datum? Is that what you said?
Yes, in surveying.
Okay, lovely, brilliant. No, someone make sure they clip that for me, please. Yeah, no. So we can move on to something else, but just to clarify, everything he said about the way it works is wrong. Yes, you have an assumption because that is what you have to measure against. And if you don't do it correctly, if you don't use the spherical corrections based on different altitudes, then you are not doing the measurements correctly and you will get the wrong measurement, which would be a stupid thing to do. The fact is that they measured the curve of the Earth. Could you not screen share whilst I'm talking, please? That's a bit rude.
I'm just showing you wrong again, Craig. That's all I'm doing.
Could you do me a favour and take that off while I'm talking? It's a little bit rude.
Well, you concede, then you just lied to your audience.
Could you just take that off then, please? That'd be great. Thank you. Yeah.
All I needed to do, guys, show Craig was lying.
Yeah. It didn't say a flat baseline is a datum. That's certainly true.
Horizontal datum.
Yeah. So again, you interrupted what I said. You showed something on screen whilst I was talking, ignoring the things that I was saying. Very, very rude. The fact is that you have talked most of this time, and almost every time that I've tried to interject, I've been told to be quiet. So I get to talk now, and you get to be quiet. Everything you have said about surveying is completely and utterly wrong. According to surveyors, they don't just calculate it into existence. You have to measure it based on previous assumptions to see if they are correct. You have to take a curvature and an arc into account, otherwise you get the wrong measurements. The fact that planar surveying ignores the curvature of the Earth shows that there is something to ignore, otherwise they wouldn't say that you ignore the curvature of the Earth. The fact that surveyors all say that level is the curve of the Earth means that you are wrong about what you said specifically about level. Level can have different meanings in different contexts. That's how words mean. In the context of Earth, level is the curve of the Earth. This is just factual things that I have shown all of the evidence for. I have shown measurements of the radius of the Earth, and you have gone nuh-uh because you don't understand how surveying works. You think you know more than all of the surveyors in the world, which is incredibly, incredibly arrogant. If you would like to actually get a surveyor on to confirm what I've said that is correct, then that's the way that it would need to go. Neither of us are professional surveyors. However, I know for a fact surveyors would agree with me and not you. So that's enough of you not understanding how surveying works, including the thing that you just showed on screen, which didn't say a flat baseline is a datum, which is wonderful. I would love to talk about your misunderstanding of water now.
Wait, I'm still going to give my statement on this.
I was giving the final statement on that.
A horizontal plane in geometry is a flat plane, Craig. And by the way,
flat plane or flat baseline, which is the
now he's interrupting again. I never said flat. I said horizontal.
No, you said flat baseline specifically.
Which you said didn't exist. So I showed you. I showed while you were saying it on screen.
No, you said flat baseline. Those are the words you said. Stop lying to everybody.
And you're pushing onto me that I said I am arrogant, knowing more than surveyors. I never claimed to do so.
Oh, well, so surveyors are right and you're wrong. Thanks for admitting that.
Showing I definitely know more than you, mate.
Well, no, you don't, because surveyors agree with me and not you. Surveyors agree with me, meaning I know more than you. That's just a factual statement.
All right. All right, you did say you wanted to move on, so you both got to put a bow, I think, on your thoughts with this one here. So you wanted to move into some new territory there, FTFE.
Yeah,
if you
right.
wanted
So
to,
I
would
want
like
to
him
share my
prove
screen.
water curving.
I'm going
I'd
to
like
share
him
my
to prove
screen
water
now.
curving. That's
Quickly, if you
fine.
bear with me. And get up the right screen.
sure thing. And I will let you know that I am doing my best to try to keep things fair, so I am sorry if I'm coming down a little too much. But yeah,
Right,
no,
I'll have a
I'm
word
just
with
trying
you
to
later.
keep things rolling. There is a little bit of delay between your audios too, so
You don't want to go here, Craig, by the way. This is going to...
Oh, I do. I do want to go here because you have to prove it's fake otherwise. So, wow, the ISS is orbiting the Earth, right? As it's orbiting the Earth, that means that the acceleration of gravity is cancelled out by its orbit. That's why they float on the ISS. And as there is no acceleration towards the ground, there's no force created by the acceleration due to gravity. Again, I didn't say gravity's a force. It creates one. Don't strawman me. And Flatzoid's claim of water in its natural state being flat and everything is completely wrong. And I just want to show that because when there's no forces on water, this is what water actually looks like. There's no forces acting on this water right now. So it's finding its lowest energy potential state, which is a sphere, because that is the shape that nature can hold together with the least energy. So when there is no forces acting on water, this is what water does. It becomes a sphere. So to claim that water's natural position, that it finds its level and that proves the Earth is flat, is incorrect. What that shows is there is some kind of force acting upon it. Otherwise, it is like this.
Right, okay, I've got a few problems to point out there.
we can leave
First
the
of all,
screen
there
share
is
up. I'll
forces
just let you
acting
know.
on it. There is forces acting on this violation of second law of thermodynamics. There
No
is
violation
air,
of second law of thermodynamics. That's a lie.
pressure right around it. That's a force which forces it into a sphere. So there is a force at play, which you said there isn't.
Can you prove
Show
that
me
there's the air pressure
natural-
forcing it into a sphere?
Can you show me natural... Wait.
You just made a claim. I'd like you to verify that claim.
Natural observation on Earth where water does this, because last time I checked, water isn't always free falling like in your belief of the ISS.
So can you clarify? Can you verify your claim that air pressure is causing it to be a sphere, please?
Yes, it's a force.
Yeah,
Last time I checked,
can
air
you
pressure
can you
forces
verify your
itself
claim?
onto it.
Can
So
you
there is a
clarify?
force-
Can
wait,
you
wait.
verify your claim
So
that
are
air
you
pressure is
ignoring
making it a
now? Wait.
sphere? What proof of
Cannot
that do you
talk,
have?
man.
Yeah, I'm
So,
just waiting
I
for your
let
proof.
you babble your nonsense.
You're just saying a thing.
There's
I'd
too
like
much
you to
audio
prove
at
it. That's
delay.
all.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so we both heard that. Yeah, Flatzoid, let's put 10 seconds on it, and then we'll let him carry into what he's got on screen here. Unless this is
Right.
it.
Okay, great. So first of all, he claimed that there was no
You're still
force
screen sharing.
acting
Yeah.
on the water. Yet he showed a force, which would be the gas pressure around it, forcing the sphere shape.
Prove it.
So therefore, the water is not at rest, as you see it's moving. And secondly, we do not have free-falling water the way that is on Earth.
Yeah, we
That's
do.
why I
It's
told
called
you to
rain.
keep it on Earth. So we
Rain.
can move over to second law of thermodynamics violation, but that's not needed because he hasn't
there is
proved
no
that
second law of
water at
thermodynamics
its natural
violation.
equilibrium curves. He has taken it out of its natural equilibrium point to make it curved. So show
No.
us in its natural equilibrium, hydrostatics, which is equilibrium, water at rest, as horizontal.
Again, no. The force that I am talking about is the force acting down on it. You have made a claim which you still haven't actually proven. You just said a thing, and I'm going to focus on this. You specifically said that the reason it's a sphere is because of the air pressure. Could you verify that claim for me? What proof of that do you have?
Air moves in all directions constantly. There's air pressure in the cabin as it is enclosed, and therefore it has to hit the ball in all directions.
Can you prove that the air pressure is causing the water to be a sphere?
Yes, I can.
Go on then. Show me the maths.
If there was no air pressure, the person inside the tin would be dead.
Okay, that's nothing to do with the water being a sphere. You've made a claim that the reason the water is a sphere is specifically because of the air pressure. I'd just like you to verify that claim for me with some kind of proof or evidence. That'd be wonderful.
Okay, it's called unbalanced force. So when they are free falling inside this capsule, you would agree that the net force is 0 on that water.
So I'm just waiting for your proof that the air pressure is the reason it's a sphere.
Is the net force? Is
No,
the
you
net
don't.
force 0 on
Asking
that
me
water while
questions.
free
Asking
falling?
me questions doesn't prove your
Are
point.
you the physics? Well, you're the physicist, Joe. I'm asking you.
No, I'm not a physicist. I never said I was a
Is
physicist.
the water nuclear physicist or engineer?
I'm not a nuclear
nuclear
physicist.
engineer.
Yeah,
Correct
yeah.
myself. There we go. Okay, so as a nuclear engineer, you would understand that water at free fall would have 0 net force.
Why would that have anything to do with nuclear engineering?
Great. Well,
I've also got a
normal
degree in physics, but that's
actually,
irrelevant.
that's actually Introduction to Physics 101. So you would know that to get into nuclear engineering. Anyway, so because it is falling at free fall, it will be 0 net force.
Sorry, I'm just waiting for your
yes or no
proof of your
question,
claim. You can ask me questions once you've proven your claim.
Can you just? I'm just leading you. Okay, I'll do it for you.
You don't need to lead me. I just want your evidence.
It's at 0. It's at 0 net force. Therefore, the water has no force on itself. It is at a 0 equilibrium. Now, because it has gas all around it, that gas is hitting it from every direction, which means gravity doesn't pull gas, go down, go boom, boom. That's why it's in a sphere. Now, this is ignoring once again that tin can is in a place that violates natural law.
No,
But
it
I'm
doesn't.
putting this
Those were
back
all
down
words.
again.
Where's your proof?
I'm putting this back down again. To Craig. I want you to show in
once you
nature,
show, sorry, you still haven't shown your proof.
A natural state.
Well, no, I'm
you are
still on my
claiming
thing.
against hydrostatics.
This
You're
is a natural
claiming
state.
against hydrostatics. When water is at rest, it
This is
lies
a natural
horizontal. You claiming it
Right, 5
does
seconds,
not
Flatzoid.
lie horizontal. So the onus is on you to show otherwise in
Yeah,
a
I'm showing it
natural
now.
state, please.
But the ISS is a natural place. It's a natural state, 100%.
No, it's not.
But we're still back on your claim that air pressure is the reason that's a sphere. So I'm just waiting for the proof of that. You said some things, but you didn't prove any of it. A lot of things you said were completely wrong because you're ignorant of physics, but you just said things. So if you don't have any proof of your claim, just say that and we can move on.
Just hold on 2 seconds. I have to literally do it this way.
Yeah, I just want you to prove that the only reason that water is a sphere is because of air pressure.
And surface tension.
Oh, you didn't say that. You're changing your story
and
now.
surface tension. No, I was making a point that there was forces at play that you said wasn't.
Yeah. Well, I clarified my point that the forces that I was referring to were the forces that are pulling something down.
Nothing pulling anything down, mate. Anyway,
Disagree.
So
Let
again,
me see.
I would
that
like
got
you
pulled down.
to present. I would
Once you show me your proof, yeah, I'm still waiting for your proof. You're still waiting for your proof.
False, please.
Still waiting for your proof. If you've got,
I've
if you don't,
given it. Now can we
No, you
move on to
didn't.
hydrostatics?
You said a
because
thing.
You're running away now because you made a claim
proof.
that hydrostatics
Wait, so your proof
false.
is your. Let's be clear. Your proof is you saying a thing, right?
No, my proof is physics. Based on physics, if you have something that is 0 net force, there are no anything else. They can't has a force until there's other forces acting on it. Air pressure has force as it hits the water, and the water itself has surface tension. Therefore, it forms a sphere. And this is again ignoring that it's in a naturally violating space-time. So again, would you be able to go back down to Earth and show me, because you claim hydrostatics is not physics
So no
of
proof
water,
then.
and
Just to
literally
be clear, no
hydrostatics
proof. No
claims,
proof. Right, cool.
Hydrostatics claims at rest water lies level, which is horizontal.
Could you show? Could you
have
show
to
me the
claim-
citation?
You made a claim.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
going to
No.
hold you to the claim
You've just
now.
made a claim, actually, not me.
That it
so
doesn't.
can you give me a citation that says hydrostatics says water at rest lies flat? Could you show me that citation, please?
Horizontal.
Yeah, could you show me the citation
Level.
of that, please? The hydrostatic says water at rest lies horizontal. Could you show me that citation? Is that possible?
I think that's what he's going to get right now. So we still have a little over 10 minutes, 12 minutes on our open discussion timer before we plan on going into super chats, unless we get down into some other avenue that we want to continue discussing, and that's totally up to our speakers on the panel, who we're very grateful for being here at Modern Day Debate. Make sure if you're hanging out in the live chat that you participate in the poll I have up right now. So far we have 55% have voted the Earth is a globe, 25% have voted that the Earth is flat, and then 20% of you are here to say that the Earth is a loaf of bread. You guys aren't playing by the rules.
What kind of bread?
And that's
I'm
okay.
particular to sourdough.
We're glad you're here.
Is it sourdough bread? I do like some sourdough. I'll go with that, to be honest.
We were just discussing that in the chat. We were trying to figure out, would it be whole wheat? Would it be white? Would it be potato? Yeah, no, we're...
I would just really like some carbs. I've been
I've
been on a low carb diet for so long that the thought of some nice sourdough bread is making me quite hungry. Just while Flatzoid's getting that evidence, I just want to quickly shell out one thing, if that's okay. On the 25th of this month on my channel, I will be doing a very special thing where I'll be doing 1,000 press-ups live. And 50% of the super chats I get during that stream will be going straight to SAFA, the Armed Forces charity, because they have helped me out in the past as being being ex-military, and they help everyone out that needs help that is military or ex-military. So it's going to be an extremely big challenge for me. Come and join me during the fun, watch me punish myself, and help donate to an amazing charity. The 25th on my channel.
All right,
Awesome.
all right. I don't want to give. I mean, that's a great, that's a good cause, of course. But yeah, I'll give you a chance to do your closing and do all the promoting that you'd like to do at the end of the discussion, of course. But I will remind our audience once again. If I didn't remind you to hit that like, Propagiza's got it right. Geezer, sorry, has it right. Propagiza, I like that. Yeah, hit that like button. Share this out wherever you like having these discussions too. Send it to people you don't like. I don't know, whatever. All right, let's get into your example there, and we'll carry on with our open discussion.
All points at the same horizontal level surface within a body of liquid at the same pressure, as long as the liquid is at rest.
Yeah, but
Physics chapter 8, hydrostatics.
That doesn't say that hydrostatics says that water at rest is horizontal. That just says that when there's a horizontal level surface... Read it again. It says that a horizontal level surface with a body of liquid at the same pressure is a liquid. It can be a liquid as long as the liquid is at rest. You need to read what the rest of that is saying. You're literally just showing some words without any context behind them. Hydrostatics does not say that water at rest is horizontal and level. That is just talking about the specific properties when water is horizontal. There is nothing in hydrostatics that says water at rest is horizontal. That is your claim, and I want a citation for that. Not just some words that contain those things.
I got it on screen for you.
And it doesn't say that water at rest is horizontal. It doesn't say that.
I just read you the experts.
Well, no. What you did was you read me some words which had those two things in it, but didn't say water at rest, according to hydrostatics, is horizontal. That's what I want the citation for.
Okay, let me zoom it in a bit for you.
Yeah.
All points at the same horizontal level surface within a body of liquid are at same pressure, as long as the liquid is at rest.
Yes, absolutely. That is saying that if the liquid is at rest...
In fact, wait, the civic
wait, no, I was talking there. My turn to talk. My turn to talk. Hold on. I was saying something there.
Hold on, Craig.
I was saying something.
And then we'll let you answer, all right? So
wait, but I was talking. He interrupted me.
Well, I was still busy.
He was finishing the quote. Sorry. Let's let him finish the quote.
He read the quote. He read the whole quote.
Thank you. Okay, so in fact, this statement is often taken as the definition of a level surface.
Right. Okay. Now I get to respond.
So,
yes.
If the pressure
no, is he still going? Right. It's my turn to respond now. He's just reading what's on the screen. Let me respond.
At any point as the distance below level is.
Can I please respond?
All right, let's do a response. Yeah, for sure. Sorry.
Goodness me. Can you put that back up, please?
Effect, I swear.
Flatzoid, please put that back up. Don't take it away. Please put that back up. Come on.
Oh,
yeah. Be fair. Put it back up.
I know he's strawman is going to push it out.
So let's read what he actually has there. It says, thus the pressure at all points at a given depth beneath the surface of a liquid depends on the depth, but not the shape of the container. All points at the same horizontal level surface within a body of liquid are at the same pressure, as long as the liquid is at rest. Let's break that down. What does that mean? It means that if the liquid is at rest with a level surface, the pressure at all points along that level surface are the same. That's what it's But put it back. Can you
I'm just
please put
showing
it
you
back?
what you're explaining. There
Can
we
you
go.
please put it back to what I was reading? Please put it back.
I'm giving what you're
Can
explaining.
you please put it back? You're being
All right.
very dishonest
Yeah,
here.
let's-
Please put it back.
Let's put it back to what was just shared, so we can do a response.
Please
to,
put it back. Stop
to your
being dishonest.
prior point there.
Please put it back. Stop being
I'm just
dishonest.
showing you what was read.
Please put it back. Stop being dishonest.
All right, just
Right.
hold on, Craig. He's putting it back. Let's carry
So,
on. There.
and let's be clear. I get to talk for 5 minutes, and I don't get to be interrupted. Okay, because that's 90% of the talking has been Flatzoid during this. So I get to talk now. So breaking down what this is saying is simple. If liquid is at rest, then along the level surface of that liquid at rest, which remember, according to the surveyors, level is the curve of the earth, that every point along that level surface, the pressure will be the same. Flatzoid's specific claim is that hydrostatics says that water at rest has to be flat and horizontal. It doesn't say that water at rest has to be horizontal. It is just describing the specific conditions of water at rest and level and what the pressure will be. Nowhere, let's be clear, nowhere there on the screen does it say, according to hydrostatics, water at rest is horizontal. It doesn't say that in the slightest. It is simply describing the conditions of a level surface and the pressure along every point of that level surface because of hydrostatics. That is what happens when water is on a level surface. The pressure will be the same. Flatzoid's claim, let's be very, very clear about Flatzoid's claim. Flatzoid's claim is hydrostatics says that water at rest is horizontal. Nowhere here does it say that. This is simply describing certain conditions. He's zooming in, and let's say...
It's fair to give him a chance to respond.
No, I said I
I'm not
get
gonna
5
give you-
minutes. I said I get 5 minutes.
That's great.
Right.
That's great that you feel that way.
I'm going to
I'm
push
gonna
my
give you
point
another
until I'm done.
30
I'm
seconds.
going to push my point until I'm done. So, again, he is simply highlighting the words horizontal level surface. And as I have explained, this is just describing the conditions of liquid at rest. As long as the liquid is at rest, let's not just read the words he's highlighting, read them all. As long as the liquid is at rest, then the level surface of the body will have the same pressure. That's it. Hydrostatics does not claim that for water to be at rest, it must be horizontal. Doesn't say that. He is lying whilst literally having it on the screen. And everybody can see that he has lied about his claim because he did not give a citation for his claim. He just had some of the words that were in his citation and misunderstood what they meant. Right, I'm done.
Look at that.
Are
We
you
wrapped
finished?
up. We wrapped up. Okay, good. That was 2 minutes. All right, go ahead there. You're trying to keep it interesting for me here. You're like, I don't want to wrangle you too much there, Craig, but I know you love giving me a fun time here, so I'm not going to hold it against you. Go ahead there, Flatzoid, when you're ready.
Great. What he was explaining here was Archimedes' principle, guys. This is what hydrostatics is based upon. Notice that it literally says what I said it says. He made a
It doesn't
claim
in
that
the
it
slightest.
does not say that while it's on screen. Then I go and
Show me where it says
now,
it.
You
lied.
know where it says based on the pressures. Do you understand this is a weight on a piston?
Yeah,
And
it
the water
doesn't say
level
what you
rises
said.
there. You know when you take, for instance, but I think I can actually get another thing picture for you.
So let's be clear, everyone. He didn't show the citation
Everybody
he
be
claimed he
showing
had.
their histories
Good job.
here.
Okay, let me see.
All
if
you
I
have
can
to
get
do is ask for
another-
flat earthers to show their citation, and they can't. They lose every time.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like you to get to the part of that hydrostatic document that talks about water in freefall. That would be wonderful. Of course, you won't do that because that debunks your entire claim.
Notice, guys, all he's been showing is ignorance to the subject, so it's actually funny. he's
Says the
actually
guy that
thinking
is
he's doing
literally
something
ignorant of the
well.
words he put on
But,
screen. Hilarious.
Okay. Do you know, remember earlier I talked about water levels?
Yeah, you misunderstood how they work. That was fun.
So remember when I spoke about water levels and, that's not the
Oh,
right
so
one.
you've ran away from your claim then that you didn't show.
And,
All right, then, nice.
No. I'm looking for a specific thing I need. But water
Oh, you're
levels,
looking to cherry pick, I see,
use hydrostatics. It uses Archimedes' principle and hydrostatic pressure, which gives level. Because
Thanks
the
to gravity,
pressure
yes,
from
yeah.
point A to point B has the same level. Why can't I
Yeah,
find what's
thanks
the
to
name of
gravity,
this?
yeah. Because, of course, level, according to surveyors, is something that is all points perpendicular to the pull of gravity. So, yeah, thanks to gravity, that does exactly what you say.
There we go. Here we go. Okay.
Oh,
Is
right.
it showing
I
on
can
screen?
debunk that with one.
There we go. Let me actually just
No worries. So while you explain, Flatzoid, what this would represent for your model, then Craig wants to respond, it seems. So I think we gathered that. Let's go ahead there, Flatzoid, and you can tell our audience how this ties into everything we've been talking about on our debate. Well, it's not this evening. I can't say that. So go ahead, Flatzoid.
Great. So, what you were reading earlier was talking about the Archimedes principle and hydrostatic pressure at level. So, as you can see, all these have their own independent horizontal levels because of the atmosphere pushing down on it. Notice that there is surface tension between. You can laugh all you want, Craig. This is literally.
Oh, I am
showing
laughing.
you
It's
no idea what's
hilarious.
going on.
My
The
picture coming
surface
up after
area-
this is hilarious.
The surface area is based upon how much pressure has been pushed on. This is Bernoulli's principle, okay? So as much as the air is pushing on it, it is pushing outwards. That's also why this one looks a bit odd, because of the surface tension on the small cylinder tube. They are able to work out the pressures linearly down to the bottom. This horizontal
Thanks, gravity.
at rest is the same as the horizontal. No, there's not gravity. Archimedes'
No,
principle
it is. Yeah, gravity, yeah. Thanks,
was
gravity.
was actually brought by 1,900 years before gravity was even postulated by Newton.
And
Do you know
doesn't
how they
change it,
worked
yeah.
out for ships to float on the ocean without having gravity in its equation?
Using Archimedes' principle, yeah, which they didn't know at the time, but it's based on gravity. Anyway, I'm going to quickly share my screen just to show.
So wait. So what's
Wait. I'm going to show my screen first. I'm going to show my screen before you go on. I'm going to show my screen. Hold on. I'm showing my screen. Hold on. I'm showing my screen. Hold on. I'm showing my screen. I'm showing my screen first. I'm showing my
All right,
screen.
hold on, Flatzoid. Just to be fair, we're just gonna
He's making my point with.
Right, sure.
with
If he's
surface
making your
tension.
point
Well
for you,
done.
then let's let him explain.
Yeah. So, whoa! Look at all this. It's really all finding
Surface
its
tension.
level and being exactly the same, isn't it? Oh, they're all exactly the same horizontal,
I never
aren't
said
they?
that.
Oh, really? Oh dear, Flatzoid.
1 second, Flatzoid.
Oh dear, Flatzoid. You
didn't listen to what I just said.
Your point is entirely moot.
What do they call that? You know, when you stick a that's for instance this cloth, and I stick it in water, and the water climbs up this cloth. What do they call that again?
A waste of a cloth.
All right, I think
Anyway,
our
it's-
timer just got to the end, so I think what we
Okay.
should do is maybe get into our super chats, because it does seem like we've unpacked quite a bit here, and you guys are having some trouble. It seems getting into a natural flow there. There's a couple mic issues as well. I'm not sure what you're using for a mic this evening there, FTFE, but it is cutting out.
I don't know why, but for some reason, whenever I'm using Zoom, and I've got no weird settings or anything, but whenever I am using Zoom, it's like it prioritizes everyone else's audio over mine. And I don't know how to change that. There's literally nothing I have done with my settings to make that happen.
And that's the issue I have with StreamYard. My StreamYard, I can't set my original mic. It always wants to set my camera mic.
I mean, I can
can't set
change.
it.
I can change the mic
put
and
on
everything,
it,
but no
takes
matter what mic I use, if I'm talking and someone else talks, it will just completely cut my mic out. And it makes it sound like there's a massive delay when there isn't. But thing is, Flatzoid and I, we've got a history. We can get quite excited when we're talking to each other, but it's all in the spirit of the debate. All right, so don't think there's any harsh blood here. Flatzoid, he's just a dick and he knows it, right?
Yeah, we're just gonna swear each other offline. It's fine.
We're all a bunch of dicks here. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody you see on screen, right? We're all.
Yeah, I mean,
terrible.
when
No,
Flatzoid's got to sit
honestly-
on a bucket of 11 frames, it's always going to be hard.
Oh my. Okay. So if you haven't already, hit that like button. Obviously, we don't think at Modern Day Debate anybody here is a dick. We think you guys are great, and thank you
What do
so
you mean?
much for coming out.
I'm a dick. Please,
All
I'm
right,
definitely
fine.
a dick.
Self-proclaimed glorified penis head over there. Okay, let's get into your chats, everybody. And thank you so much for your... Everybody, you know, we got a very active live chat right now. Let's see. The poll is still sitting at the same numbers as earlier, 55, 25, and 20. You know, I'm not seeing too much more love for that loaf of bread. So I think that might have capped out on our trolls.
There's too much calories in that bread. That's why.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
You don't got any AC
All right,
over there,
we're gonna ask
Flatzoid.
your
You look
questions.
warm.
All
Sorry?
right.
You not got any AC over there. You look really warm.
I do, but I got to get a remote for it. The children decided to play cricket with it, so.
Oh, darn. Goodbye to that, right? All right, let's get into it, guys. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, keep the super chats coming in. We got all kinds. Jiffy Jiffwald says the moon landing was faked. It was filmed on FTFE's forehead. Oh, no.
Well, let's be
He's not
clear.
gonna be objective.
It's a 5-head, right? Actually, but you know, Flatzoid is worse. But here's the thing, right? People are like, "Oh, you're going bold." I've had this hairline exactly the same since I was like 13 years old. This is just what it is. It's never going anywhere. But I've been like this since I was 13. So you can imagine how many people called me a sniper's dream.
Oh my goodness. Alrighty then. Gord Azula 37 says Flatzoid already won. So this was pretty early in the debate when this came in. It says not one single testable, repeatable proof of globe. Period. If you want to find proof, use physics for spin, geometry for shape. Go on. What's another 10 years of waiting?
Okay, that was a lot of words, but I literally showed experiments showing the rotation of the Earth and measurements of the curvature of the Earth. So I'm not really sure what he's on about, to be fair. Maybe he was watching a different debate. Maybe he had the tab closed or something. I'm not sure. Possible hallucinations, but, you know, thanks for the super chat and supporting modern day debate.
Heck yeah, we love that. Let's see here. Did you have anything to respond with there, Flatzoid, or you want to just carry in?
Yeah, there's a reason why we didn't get onto that, because we would have been here for another 10 hours.
Hey, all the more reason to get together for another discussion, right? All right, Screwy Louie, always being screwy in our live chat, says, poor Flatzoid, what's the motive for the deception? So he's saying that there's an agenda behind what you're doing, is what Screwy Louie's putting down.
Well, I can't divine anyone's motives, but based on my own belief system, as the Bible says, we fight against principalities and dark powers, and therefore it's Satan's playing realm.
All right. Anything to say in response to FTFE before we go to the next one?
No, that's beyond my pay grade.
Okay. Alrighty here. I'm just going to set our timer here for another 30 minutes. So we'll try to whip through one round there, and then I'll check in with you guys again. So Flatzoid stepped out for a second. So if you need to step out there, FTFE, grab yourself a drink or get yourself some more bling, whatever you want to do.
Oh, I'm just becoming Witsit. Witsit on the channel quite often, so I thought, you know, people are used to seeing Witsit on the channel, so I just thought I'd oblige for them. Look, King Flerf.
I thought he brought the trophy out, so I was gonna say, flat for the win.
You said, I mean, I guess it's fair. I think Witsit would probably find good favor with this. He puts on the glasses all the time, and it's just like, and if the world was a globe, so I don't think he'd object to your your behaviors. I don't know, Witsit. You can let us know. I think that's what you had said you're doing there, but let's carry into it. Let's see, Megan Marie to both. Will you accept the results of the final experiment if it disproves your side?
100%. I have stated quite clearly that if we do not see the things that we predict to see based on the globe during the final experiment, then my channel becomes Fight the Globe Earth. I join Globebusters, and I go and like find my physics teachers and ask why they lied to me. Yeah, I am absolutely 100% confident that we will see exactly what the globe predicts us to see.
All right, and your thoughts over there, Flatzoid?
First of all, I don't think we will see a 24-hour sun. It doesn't matter if we do or not. The only thing it will so that I'd have to say, yes, we do see a sun. But will it debunk a flat Earth? Nope, because it's a false dichotomy. It doesn't debunk a flat Earth at all. Therefore, it's a waste of money.
So you still hold the
Well, I
position
am
that you
looking for
don't
people
think you're going
who
to...
are-
So, do you mind if I just ask a quick question to Flatzoid there, if that's all right? So
Go
are
ahead.
you still holding the position that you don't think they're going to see the 24-hour sun down there?
Yeah, that's what I believe. I think there'll be daylight, but not the sun itself for 24 hours. But that's the only thing that will show me wrong if they see the sun or not. But
So,
according to Flat Earth
are
or
you
not,
saying
it
that
doesn't debunk
based
a flat
on?
Earth.
Are you saying that based on your vision of a model of the flat Earth and where you think the sun would be, or what are you basing your doubt that they're going to actually see the sun for 24 hours on?
Because I haven't really seen anything that shows it to be there other than edited footage. And it's odd that, for instance, even Union Glacier that's putting this up couldn't have just done it themselves all these years.
Okay, but I mean there is lots of videos that are unedited. But okay, all right.
And it's usually edited, yeah.
All right,
Well, I
thank
was
you
going
for
to say,
thank you
just
for that,
before we
Ryan.
move into the
Appreciate
next super chat, that if anybody is watching who usually likes to debate this subject, I am interested in getting a before and after debate set up regarding this situation of the final experiment. So, firstly, to have a debate whether. I don't know. I honestly, I would like to talk to some of our speakers and see how they would like to do an initial preliminary debate. Whether they think that there's some issues or some shenaniganery going on, if you will, with what's been pitched, or any of it, any of the objections that somebody might levy, and then to have a debate after this is said and done and see where everybody's at. I think that would be interesting. So. Yeah, keep an eye out for that. LJ asks question, if we weren't ever taught the globe religion, what would lead you to believe we live on a spinning space ball with curved seawater? Explain in detail.
the fact that all observations suggest that we live on something that is rotating. The physics that we see in the world suggest that we're on something that is rotating. The things we see in the distance being the way they are suggest that we're on something with a curve. As a sailor, been out at sea and seen massive aircraft carriers, disappear bottom first over the horizon in a very clear way. All of my ability to discern the world that I have would suggest to me that the Earth is a globe that is rotating.
For me, I'd be totally opposite. I was a glober all my life because I was taught that. There's a reason why I'm a flat earther today, because I don't observe movement, I don't observe curve, I don't observe half the things the globe claims. So therefore, nope. I don't think I would ever be a glober if no one ever taught it to me.
Last thoughts there, Craig, before we move on.
Yeah, basically this argument I hear quite a lot. They are, if you weren't taught it, then you would not think it's. So basically, they're saying if I was stupid, I would think the Earth is flat. Cool. All right, then we'll go with that.
Okay. All right. Ryan Beachman says, statistics show flat earthers. I don't know why my voice went so high. Statistics show flat earthers grow out of their delusions. Your turn, Flatzoid. Time to grow up and find a new hobby. Well, they're not being very polite.
Shame.
But,
Everyone's allowed a hobby.
we're used to that. We got Screwy Louie coming up.
My response to that is, if you see the truth, why would you go back to a lie?
All right, let's move into the next one. Actually, I will ask, what, like, just to remind our audience, like, what would be, like, if you had to pick your favorite hobby? If you had to,
My
just be,
favorite
like,
hobby.
bee's knees.
I think it changes through the years, though. At a stage, it was airbrushing. At a stage, building body kits on cars, doing engines up. At this moment, I enjoy what I do here. Talking
Awesome.
about things I love.
Awesome. It's always good to remind audience that people are more than just what they see on screen. What have you been up to, FTFE? What's your?
I mean, I'm
what's
always a
getting you
massive
going lately?
nerd. Star Trek is life for me. But hobby-wise, my wife and I play a lot of video games together. But at the moment, my main hobby is going to the gym, to be honestly, and trying to improve my body because it got so wrecked during my formative years. I've got a lot of injuries and stuff, and my mental health suffered greatly, and when I started losing weight a couple of years ago and going to the gym and doing some serious physio, I became extremely addicted to it. And my favorite thing every day is getting up first thing and going to the gym. I fucking love it.
Nice. Well, that's great. We'll move into the next one. Everybody knows what I like to do. I like to rock out, and obviously,
I was wondering what I'm doing at the
I
gym.
like to
I'm
wash
making
my
these.
hands for like 20 minutes because they, I've been dealing with my harvest that everybody saw thanks to FTFE.
I am so sorry.
Harvest.
I am so
All right.
Brian, I am genuinely so sorry for that. I didn't realize I shared the wrong screen.
That's all right. I thought it was
And
funny.
the funny
It's
thing is,
okay.
you spoke about it before the stream as well. It's like,
Yeah.
We did too. Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Anyway, so Screwy Louie says, Flatzoid, if the Earth were a rotating globe as described, please describe what you would expect to see and experience.
planes flying backwards. I can show you a long-range sniper shot at 4 miles recently, but they did 2 years ago, and they never accounted for Coriolis. So
They missed 56 times.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
far distance.
Yeah, if they took Coriolis into account, they probably wouldn't have
All
missed 56 times.
No, that's how long-range shooting does. You take a grouping and then you correct from there. There's no such thing as correcting for Coriolis.
I mean, long-range
Because it
shooters
would work out
disagree,
to
of course.
it would work out to 15.3 meters of correction, which would be a lot of MOA. You wouldn't even see the target.
I have a list of 36 videos of long-range shooters showing how they take Coriolis into account. Anyone can contact me for that list.
And then ask them how they do it, and then they say, I don't know.
No, they do. They've got corrections they do based on their position. They've even got like a gadget which helps them.
Sorry, you're talking about a Kestrel ballistics meter,
Several different ways, but yes, they take Coriolis
which
into
uses
account.
longitude and latitude,
Yeah, and the Coriolis you
which
would
gives
expect,
like
yeah.
a 0.00001% of a change. Okay, which they
Yeah,
don't
what you'd
use. The
expect.
biggest,
I mean,
the
they do.
biggest,
That's why they have it.
the biggest variable is always wind and drop.
All right, let's go to the next one there, fellas. Thanks for chiming in and bouncing that. Vipe asks, Flatzoid, are you willing to publicly admit you were wrong about flat Earth if we see a 24-hour sun in Antarctica this December? So if the sun is in the sky... Yeah.
I think we already answered this. One debunk of flat Earth, so...
Yeah, okay. I think that's clear there, Vipe. So everybody, I think, is on board with that whole dealio on screen. So LJ asks, why don't we have the remains of any asteroids ever?
We do. That's a really odd question because you can literally just search remains of asteroids and there's many of them. There was one earlier this year found in a backyard in California after some windows shattered when it came in. The Russian meteor from about 4 years ago that caused an entire city's windows to shatter. There was about 6 different pieces picked up from that. This is just a question from ignorance. Whether you believe in meteors from space or not is irrelevant here. But I think even Flatzoid could agree with me. What is claimed to be meteors, there is plenty examples of them, right?
I can only say based, you can see things in the sky, but claim it's from space, no.
But my point is, that there is, like, in museums and stuff, that there's like, oh, this is a meteor. Whether you agree that it is
I've
or
never
not.
seen that.
If you've never seen it, that's fine. But you can search and find there is lots of examples of meteors and bits left over. It's usually the core because as the meteor enters the atmosphere, the heat and pressure tends to cause it to explode. And what you get left with is like the hard core element, which wouldn't explode as well. But yeah, no, it's an odd question, to be honest.
You got it. Let's carry into the next one. And Nathan Johnson asks if we can have a new poll. So let me just go over our poll results, and I'm going to close it out. So we got an extra point up here on flat and on a loaf of bread. So when I close the poll out, it's going to be 53% voted for a globe, 26% have voted for flat, and then we got 21% voted for a loaf of bread. So you guys are trolls of the modern day debate chat today. We appreciate everybody though in the live chat. You guys are having fun. We appreciate that. Hit the like button if you haven't already. There's over 700 people that can participate in the poll, but not as many on the like button. So yeah, definitely if you're hanging out at modern day debate, hit that like button.
I think you would have got
new chat.
I think you would have got more if you said it was toast and not just bread.
People.
I mean,
like
come
toast
on.
more, I
What
guess.
genius? Seriously, what genius got bread and was like, you know what? Let's cook this again. Like, I want to...
No,
Just do it.
no, no, you see, it was a guy, he put it in the oven, and then his wife came by and he forgot about the bread and later found it. Oh, this is quite interesting texture.
that guy owes so much.
I thought it was a mold thing. Isn't that the actual history of toast? Is that it was to try to combat certain types of mold?
I don't know, but whoever came up with the idea of cooking bread again, I shake your hand, sir.
No worries. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that it was discovered majoritively just to try to prevent people from getting, infections and stuff. But let's carry into the next one. Megan Marie, the Lake Pontchartrain?
Pontchartrain.
Sorry. Okay, it's how it's supposed to be. Pontchartrain Bridge in New Orleans disproves the flat Earth. Sorry for butchering that.
Disproves the globe. It's too small to have the claimed curve. He's talking about Soundly's observation, which can be explained using foreshortening and the right angle to give a very small radius for your Earth, by the way. It kind of brings your radius to like 30% of what it's supposed to be.
If you check Walter Bisland's page, he has compared the pictures that Soundly took to what we would expect on the globe, and they match up. So it's just a case of testing predictions. When you're seeing something from a certain angle, you get what's called forced perspective, something further in the distance, takes up less pixels on the screen. That's why it seems to be so short, but it's not the reason that makes it curve. Soundly did a live stream where people controlled the camera going up and down and everything, and you could see clearly that it was curved from every angle. So it actually matches the predictions of a curved globe.
And you can take a 2x4 and put it at the right angle and make it look curved. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
I've done it.
No, you haven't.
For the people in my channel, if you want to know.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm getting that poll up in the live chat. Just bear with me there, guys. So it's which speaker do you find the most compelling? Flatzoid, FTFE, Ryan, I need love too. And lastly, the voices in my head. So we'll put that in the old
Wait,
live
you've got
chat
those
there
as well?
for you guys.
Aw.
There you go. And let's carry into the next chat. Let's see. I'm just having fun with that one there, guys. We'll just see who's hanging out in our audience and having fun with us as well. So JSS Tiger says, Flatzoid, since you acknowledge geodetic surveying uses a different definition of level, why didn't you use that definition in your intro?
Because I'm going on what we can observe. You don't observe geodetic surveying. They use planar surveying measurements and then calculate the ellipsoidal model into it to get their desired result, and it's over 150 square miles. So nobody does observations over 150 square miles, by the way. All surveying, especially construction, is based on planar surveying, which means it has to stick with level definition of horizontal and perpendiculars reaching at all plumbs.
Yeah, all I got from that is that
thoughts on the
all
other side?
geodetic surveyors are actually vampires because you can't see them. Well, you said you can't observe geodetic surveying, so I guess they're vampires. Maybe I don't know. They look in the mirror.
You can show. Wait, no. You can show me an observation of over 150 miles for geodetic surveying if you want.
Well, no,
to.
you said you can't observe geodetic surveyors. So I mean, maybe they're cloaked.
No,
I'm not
you
sure.
can't do an observation. You can't do an observation for it. So they take planar surveying measurements and
So
calculate.
I can't observe a geodetic surveyor doing their
WGS
job.
84 or Clarkson ellipsoidal model into it. That's what I'm saying.
So I can't.
Let's
all right,
ask
so
the next question here.
Okay.
That's my closing statement to me, man.
No worries. Let's get into the next question there. Mr. Jingles says, Flatzoid, is the Black Sea still at mean sea level?
No. Never claimed it was. I was just making a point of water at rest. That's all.
It's not rest though.
All right. Why does it got to be mean sea level? Why can't it be happy sea level? All
Because
right,
mean
Thunder-
sea level is based on an average which shows the Earth to be flat.
All right. Let's ask the next question. Thunderstorm says, for flat Earth, does the flat Earth ocean and atmosphere change shape slightly season to season?
There's always variations in sea. The sea tides, you've got weather that changes it. There's always variables. So I don't know why there wouldn't be tides and bulges and movements of water based on seasons either. If you want, I have an actual demonstration showing the movements of water in a fish tank on my channel as well. So you're able to go see an actual demonstration of hydrostatics and flow of water due to thermodynamic properties.
Thanks, Gravity.
You got it. Let's
No
carry
gravity
into this
involved.
one. Thanks, guys. Gourdzilla says, "Lol, level is curved," in quotes, and the Globers rejoice in their win. Lol, Star Trek is real, guys. One last laugh out loud. All
Do
right,
not.
so
I don't care what you say about me. I will not have you talk bad of Star Trek. Okay? Just no.
oh, he's one of
don't
those
do it.
Trekkies. Oh
Wait,
no.
Okay.
No,
wait.
I'm kidding.
Should I do it this way and push you even more off? May the force be with you.
Get out!
Always.
And if anyone wants to see me be a nerd, every Friday on Top Hats Off, I play Commander Terran Shelby, the chief engineer of USS Lexington.
There you go.
Because I've seen this a lot where the guys claim they're Star Wars fans and then they're like, beam me up, Scotty. I'm like,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that hurts. Let's just carry into the next one. Ryan Beacom says statistics show flat earthers. Oh, this we already had. Sorry, Ryan. I'm going to move to the next one. Screwy Louie, Flatzoid. If the Earth was a rotating globe as described, please describe what you would expect to see and experience.
You already read that one.
we're on to this as well, yeah.
Oh, did we? Oh, sorry. Yeah, some of them are very similar. Sorry. Just scrolling around. Thanks, Mr. Jingles, for that one. Mr. Jingles says, why can't Christians agree on the shape of Earth?
Well, it's for everybody's interpretation as they want. I do say as well, it is not a salvation issue. If you're a Christian, you believe a globe, good on you. As for me, I take what the Bible says, and it definitely describes a flat earth cosmology, and, well, it's up to them to decide what they want to believe.
Yeah, but it also says the Earth's both a circle and a square. So, I mean, hey.
Doesn't say square.
Four
and
corners.
it says circle, which is encompassing,
I mean, it could be a
which means flat.
trapezoid, I guess, but how else can you have four corners without it being,
Cardinal
squarish?
directions. It's a cardinal direction.
Doesn't say that. It says corners.
It
But okay.
does. Cardinal directions. Four corners is cardinal directions.
All
Northeast, southwest.
Okay, well, let's carry into the next one there, guys. We're moving right on through. I totally forgot to set the timer. That's
Well,
okay.
speaking of
We
that,
are moving through pretty good, though.
I just want to say, before we do on, I would love to have a biblical cosmology with whoever wants to debate on that sometime. I think that would be quite cool.
Hey, you heard it in the live chat. You can reach out to me or James. Most of you know how to get a hold of us at this point, so we're just going to carry into the next one. Aaron Armstrong says, 2 days ago, you and 3 other members of your panel agreed that the world would be a better place now if a certain dictator had gotten rid of more juice. How does that align with your strong Christian faith?
That is a lie. I never agreed to that.
That's quite the super chat.
That's
boys
quite
and
an
boys.
actually, it's quite an accusation. And by the way, Aaron Armstrong, you better stop. The guy's so obsessed with me, he stalks me. He even sent me an email of my wife and child and said cute, which was based on a profile that was private. So that's the kind of guy that just commented, by the way.
Oh, that's kind of creepy. Not gonna lie. Allegedly. I'm not saying anything. If all that's true. Eee. All right. So the grumpy old mechanic, Flatzoid. When do you plan to take 500 from me for a couple hours reading abstracts? Not sure if you know who the grumpy old mechanic is.
Okay, and I'm going to say to the grumpy again that I've been saying for months now. Yes, I'm going to do it online if you do so. What does he do? He ignores me and just says the same troll argument over and over. So I just ignore him.
All right. Vipe asks another question. Flatzoid, what do you think of the new hit song, Optical Not Physical? Don't lie, I know you've heard it. What's this now?
What?
Apparently there's a song
I
called
don't know.
Optical Not Physical. They think that you've listened to it and have an opinion.
Maybe if I hear it again, then maybe I've heard it. I don't know, but it doesn't ring a bell.
All right, well, we won't play it here because I don't know if that's copyright. And
It's definitely not copyrighted.
It's not on brand.
See my stream yesterday, guys.
It's not on brand, though, so you I was going to say, don't you dare. Okay, I know what you sometimes do.
I mean, it's
All right,
literally, I could press a
Aaron
button and
Armstrong
play it
is
right
gonna
now,
ask
but...
Another question. I hope that it's okay to answer these questions despite that. So it says, Flatzoid, you agreed the sun was a giant sphere 4 days ago. Why the sun but not the Earth?
Because we can see the sun as a sphere based on its light, just the divergent light. The Earth we don't observe as a sphere.
Any other thoughts on the up there, or do you want to carry in to the next one?
I mean,
Nope.
No,
Okay.
that's it.
All right, no worries. All right, let's carry into the next super chat. We do have probably about 15 or so to go, maybe a bit more. So
whoop, whoop.
let's try to get through them. Gordzilla asks, if only empty hubris without a single testable, repeatable proof was all you needed to prove your claims, Globers would have ended this years ago. Yet here we are, still without one.
Well, no, the thing is, we prove it every day. You guys have this magical ability of nuh-uh, which in your crazy world disproves the things we say. It's incredible that you think going nuh-uh at reality, physics, experiments, and everything we show you is any kind of argument. But, that's why you sat at the back of the classroom sniffing the glue and eating the crayons instead of doing the work.
All right, let's ask the next one. Mr. Shock, Flerfs are bold when they say Globers don't have a working model, even though Flerfs still can't explain sunsets. Did you want to...
That's
Bite
an
on
outright
that.
lie. Of course, you can explain sunsets. We've explained it and demonstrated many times. Based
Yeah,
on
the elephant
difficult
just lifts its
optical
leg up and
phenomena.
the sun goes underneath,
So
right?
that's just that's outright. No. Nobody.
Well,
says the
how
sun
does it
goes
get
under.
past the elephant's legs then, if the elephant doesn't lift its leg up? I mean, there's 4 elephants on top of the turtle, right?
That's
So
got
the
nothing
sun
to do
has to
with what I
go
just did.
past the elephant's legs. So how does it do that if
No.
the elephant doesn't move their leg?
There is no such thing as yet strawman modular bushing, man.
All right, let's ask the next question. I just want to ask too,
Nice.
just to Flatzoid right quick. Is the term Flerf like not polite?
I love
just
it.
want to make sure. Okay, I just want to
I
make
love
sure.
the term
I wasn't
Flerf.
sure.
I open my stream every night with Yo Flerfs.
Okay,
we
no
make
worries.
Flerf cool.
You telling me this
Okay, no
model's a
worries.
lie?
I just wasn't
I've
sure.
got an actual picture of
there's
it.
sometimes terms I read and I'm like, it's
Yes,
not
yes,
cool.
that's a strawman lie model.
You know
That's
it's
based on Eastern mythology.
No, you know that's from the Discworld books by Terry Pratchett, right? That's the great
based on
Achuin.
Eastern mythology that is
That's the
using
great
strawman in space.
It's from a
There,
book. It's from a
do
funny.
you,
it's
wait, I
from
just want to ask you: don't you think it's ridiculous that anybody would think a giant flying turtle in space with elephants on its back holding a disc would not be ridiculous to anyone?
It's turtles all the way down, man. It's from a book.
well, it's a
Flatzoid. It's from the Discworld
No
books.
one believes that nonsense.
It's funny. The great city of Ankh-Morpork, where the wizards are the. Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Not funny to me.
Wizards, what are you going into there?
I've got 30 odd books that you need to
Icy
read,
Spin
Flatzoid.
says-
Start with The Colour of Magic.
Oh, I see. you're
Again, that's a
referencing-
straw man. This is not what flat earthers believe. That's why I say it's not funny.
R//
Let's carry to the
whoosh.
next one. Yeah, let's try to be polite. Icy Spin, on flat Earth, must the sun change size throughout the day?
Yes, we do see it in reality. It changes size. We see optical phenomena. Even with a solar filter, I can show you the sun changing size.
Any thoughts on the other side? Or you want to carry on?
I know. I'm.
All right, let's
I'm
carry
just
on.
laughing.
Oh, I'm not sure if you wanted to respond there, Craig, or if you wanted to...
I actually didn't hear. Sorry, I was sidetracked. I saw something shiny. I was distracted.
Oh, okay, squirrel. I got you. Variety
Yeah.
Tube Chan says, flat Earth. If gas pressure requires a container, then what accounts for the pressure differential when I seal a container at a sea level and open it on a mountain peak and hear gas escape?
That's an incoherent sentence. First of all, it's like taking a bag of chips in your car and then driving up a mountain and it expands. That's because gas expands when it seeks lower pressure, high to low. It's just thermodynamics.
Any thoughts on the other side?
Yeah, I think he was asking you to basically explain why the gradient exists, and you're just going to say.
Oh, that's
it's
simple.
gradient
Many
of the ground.
variables. Heat, temperature, pressure, and volume.
Yeah, no.
All right, let's get to the next one.
Physics disagrees.
you
But
want to
anyway,
respond?
Karen,
Sorry,
yeah.
there must
Yeah,
be a
no, it's
delay.
fine, it's fine. No, it's fine. I'm okay. Cool.
Okay, I'm just checking. All right, sorry about that. There must be a delay, like I said, because it does seem like you're coming in just a little bit after. JSS Tiger says, what is Flatzoid's prediction for the final experiment, and will he apologize to everyone if it proves the globe? I think we did discuss this one already. This was asked
Yeah.
earlier, but if you want to just like sum right quick what you'd said, and we'll just move to the next one.
Yeah, it's not going to disprove or prove a flat Earth, but it does have one good positive thing about it. It does get people to know about the flat Earth, which is probably the opposite of what Will Duffy really wants.
All right. Aaron Armstrong says, Flatzoid, what does Jesus think about you calling an autistic man the C word several times? Not sure.
What
we need
does
to entertain
Jesus?
this.
What does Jesus think about a person that's obsessed talker that won't leave someone alone?
All right. So yeah, let's just carry into the next one. So sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like there's maybe a little too much bad blood there. So let's carry.
Yeah,
into...
I would appreciate if we don't read that guy's name anymore, because I have actually had to contact the authorities in Australia to figure out if there's something I can do. And I said the only thing I can do for now is just mute the guy and ignore him. But he keeps popping up everywhere to stalk me.
All right.
This is what Flat Earth gets you guys.
All right. Well, I would encourage, everybody, if you're hanging out in our live chat or if you're hanging out in other spaces, definitely, if you want to engage with what people think, there's avenues in which you can do that. But don't harass people. Like, it's not cool. Don't bully people.
Please don't. Anyone on my side that, I make fun of flat earthers and everything all the time, but don't ever take my videos and then contact the people and harass them and everything. That, you've seen the kind of messages that I've got, death threats and everything. It's not cool, and it's not something that I would do or I would expect any of my supporters to do. And I completely stand with Flatzoid against what Aaron Armstrong is doing. Aaron, if he wants you to leave him alone, then just leave him alone. Make a video saying he's stupid or something, but leave him alone, dude.
Yeah, and unfortunately, your last super chat, it was more of an admission than anything. So thank you, Aaron Armstrong. We're going to, unfortunately, for yourself, not going to be reading your chats on a Flatzoid debate. Like I said, if you're going to just admit this in the live chat that this is true, that's not cool. So let's carry into the next one. Vipe, Flatzoid, why do you disagree with Newton's laws, especially the second, which accurately predicts motion and is verified through testing?
I don't disagree with Newton's laws of motion. I disagree with the fact that they claim gravity is a force, because that would be classical mechanics, which requires gravity to be a force, even though Einstein superseded it 110 years ago. I am more under the, how can I put it, repeatable, testable, scientific value that RDD can show, relative density disequilibrium, not specific gravity. Relative density disequilibrium can be shown scientifically and tested using the displacement ratios, which was based on Archimedes' principle, which I brought up tonight. The issue you guys have when it comes to Newtonian physics and claiming gravity is a force, there is no scientific hypothesis and science to back it up. There is no experiment showing hypothesis true.
That's all incorrect. There's so many.
Don't say Cavendish, because we've been through this.
Yeah, Cavendish is literally a hypothesis test of mass attracting mass, like Newton's laws would show. It's literally that. It is a measurement of that predictive thing. It's the hypothesis of mass attracting mass, the prediction of that happening, the experiment designed on that prediction, and the analysis matches all the predictions of Newton's laws holding true in a non-relativistic setting.
Okay. Ryan, would you mind if we can just quickly chat 2 minutes of it? I just need 2 minutes, because I just want to ask him what the scientific hypothesis for Cavendish is.
Mass attracting mass.
So the IV is mass attracting mass.
Well, the independent variable would be the distance between masses would affect the force of mass attracting mass.
Okay, so gravity is not the independent variable.
The effect of gravity, what causes gravity, the prediction of gravity, which is Fg equals gm1 m2 over r squared, says that a difference in distance will change the gravitational force. So the hypothesis is that mass attracts mass at a rate that is inversely proportional to the distance between them. to the square of the distance between them. That's the hypothesis that you would test with the prediction of, two balls would move towards each other with the smaller one moving towards the larger one. Then you design an experiment to test that. So it's about the hypothesis of what gravity would show. So the hypothesis is that there's an attractive force between masses that is proportional to both the product of the masses and the inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. That is the hypothesis.
So there's more than one variable.
Yeah, you can absolutely have more than one independent variable in a hypothesis. That's no problem.
So
Did
first
you
of all,
not
we
know
have
that?
to now show that gravity is not the cause, because the cause always has to be independent variable, which is claiming Cavendish's cause by gravity.
Gravity
which he
is
just
the
admitted
cause.
it
The
isn't.
attractive force created by gravity
Secondly,
is the
he
cause.
just admitted that he needs more than one independent variable to make his assumption, which means it's correlation, not causation.
No, absolutely
therefore
not.
science.
You're
That's all I need to say.
completely wrong. You can have more than one independent variable, and the dependent variable is the force created by gravity, which is what the hypothesis is about.
The independent causes the dependent. The dependent is the observed phenomena.
Which
the
is
dependent
the
variable.
Yeah, the dependent
what we
variable
observe
is the
torsion twist.
No, there is the attractive force between gravity. The torsion twist is the measurement. Of
No,
that.
it's torsion twist.
That's
Torsion
the
twist
measurement.
is
That's
the
the measurement.
Is the dependent variable.
That's the measurement.
So we
of what we
observe
are
torsion
having.
twist. Wait. Do we observe torsion twist, or do we observe?
We observe mass attracting mass.
So mass attracting mass, which is your independent variable, is also the dependent variable now.
No, the dependent variable is the attractive force between them, which we measure with a torsion twist.
No, the average calculation is based on multiple variables because gravity cannot cause gravity.
There's nothing wrong with
That's another
having
debate,
more than
by the
one
way.
independent variable, and I didn't say gravity causes gravity. That was just another straw man. But I would absolutely love to debate you
was.
specifically about gravity, because it's always hilarious.
All right, let's carry into the next one. We can always, like I say, maybe get a 2v2 lined up with you and some other peeps. But let's ask the next one. Free Palestine says, try tracing the analemma on a globe. Not sure if I said that right. Maintaining
perfectly.
Polaris fixed above Earth. Welcome to Flat Earth.
No, it actually works
if I said that
perfectly.
right.
The fact that the Earth is tilted at approximately 23.5 degrees and orbits the Sun, with the tilt staying relative to one direction, relative to the Sun, the analemma is what the globe actually predicts. I have, in one of my videos, mapped it out using the globe, and you get exactly what we see in reality. So the analemma is absolutely zero issue for the globe. To claim it is just ignorance of the globe model and a straw man.
I've got no comment on that.
All right, no worries. I'm just talking to the the kiddos there. Stephen Jarvis says, flats, are Catholics wrong saying Earth is a globe? Feel free there. Be you Flatzoid.
They can believe what they want, but yes, the Earth's definitely not a globe. So by default, yes, wrong, according to me.
All right, next one. Variety Tube Chan says, flat Earth. I think, did we maybe ask this one? I'm just going to look up. We're going to go to the next one. I'm just going to check up off. Godzilla says, what is capillary action? The title of the pic Craig showed to prove water doesn't always find its level. LOL, Craig. If real, this should be easy and honest.
What is capillary action? Capillary action is a result of surface tension and the cross-section of the size of the tube. Showing that water won't always find its level, that basically water just acts or reacts to forces upon it. Capillary action creates a specific force that allows water to rise up a tube. So what is he trying to do here? Trying to do a gotcha and wanting me to describe capillary action. It's literally the act of surface tension interacting with the diameter of a tube, making it go up because of pressure. It's good gotcha, dude. But
that is why I asked you, do you know what the word is? And then we closed off because you just debunked your own argument saying capillary action. Thank you very much.
How did that?
All right, next one.
I didn't debunk any
Variety
argument.
Tube Chan. Sorry.
Like, carry on.
Sorry, did you want to respond there? Or...
No, it's fine.
Okay,
it's
yeah,
fine.
we should carry on. There's quite a few. All right. Flat Earth. This is from Variety Tube Chan. I'm not sure if we asked this already. I might just read it in my head. I don't know. Sometimes that happens. How long has Flat Earth side theorized that gravity is electrostatics? Why haven't you all discovered a levitation system based on electrostatics yet?
Actually, it is called quantum locking, and not everybody agrees with electrostatics as the force for gravity. First of all, we don't need to replace something that hasn't been scientifically validated, as we just went through.
Yes.
I do ascribe to relative density disequilibrium, and I think electrostatics has more leeway than gravity as a force does.
Yeah,
thoughts over there, Craig? Do you wanna
electrostatics
carry
as
on?
a replacement for gravity simply doesn't work because of the base of the claim is the downward current of negative charged ions in the atmosphere, which actually dissipates above a few hundred feet, and things still fall. So it just their whole argument just falls apart. It's a ridiculous thing, and just a bunch of cope because they don't like the fact that gravity is real. We know gravity's real because as a submariner on the T-class subs, we used it to navigate and avoid underwater mountains. Certainly wasn't done with any kind of relative density disequilibrium or electrostatics. Certainly done with gravity.
They use density.
No, they didn't.
They use
There's-
density. do
There's
they
no
not?
density field.
Oh, so it doesn't pick up density. It doesn't pick up density deposits. Okay, cool.
All right, next one is from Danny Turner. Craig, do you remember when he said Coriolis is wind?
I do. That was funny, and it's in my video coming about him. If anyone would like to know, my new series of Flerfs Idiots launches on the last Thursday of this month. Flatzoid's in episode 8, so you've probably got a few weeks to wait for that.
Speaking of Flerfs Idiots, about 2 years ago, you claimed refracted hand, and you said
Yeah,
you've
no,
done the
don't worry, that's all
demonstration,
part of the
and
video.
it was going to be in. Are we going to get this anytime soon?
The refracted hand thing's in this video, don't worry. You know the reason I haven't been producing videos for a while.
Oh, sorry. Seems like you cut off there. But yeah, Mr. Shonk has another question coming in here. I think Craig would be more than happy to debate all the flat earthers in the live chat right now, since they all want to make fun of him so much. I'm not sure.
No, it is quite funny
what
that
angle we're coming at this.
People like Flatzoid will at least step up and debate me. But there is so many flat earthers that will just insult and mock and say I'm stupid, but lack the kahunas to step in the arena and actually face me. I understand. I have destroyed your little religion so much that at this point it's like punching a puppy. Not just a puppy, but like a toy poodle puppy.
Well,
that'd be really bad.
well,
I get it.
I have to be fair, guys. Based on tonight's poor
They're punching the dogs.
arguments that Craig's brought, I mean, a tin can
Poor
tuna will probably
arguments.
beat him, so don't worry. Don't have to be scared.
So you heard it, guys. Flatzoid says you don't need to be scared. Come and debate me. Show that you aren't just a keyboard warrior. Oh, what's that? You are a keyboard warrior. No worries. Carry on with what you're doing.
No worries. I just in my brain I heard the voice of they're punching the dogs. I just couldn't help it. Sorry about that, Flatzoid. Anyway, don't do that. That's not encouraging anybody. Like whatever you just said, like just don't. All right.
Tin tuna. I said tin tuna.
No, I was talking. All right, Gordzilla says, you showed text, you complete Muppet. Did you miss the part where I said testable and repeatable?
Who's that to?
That one's for
That's
you.
probably to Craig.
That one's for
to
you,
you.
Craig.
So,
You said you showed text.
yeah, text. So that's how they recorded experiments when there wasn't videos. It doesn't mean it's not testable and repeatable. You can take those measurements that are in the text, and test them, repeat them yourself. So they're absolutely testable and repeatable. Just because it's written down rather than on a YouTube video doesn't mean it's not testable and repeatable. I need to be clear to a lot of flat earthers here. Science isn't only science if it's recorded on video. That's not the criteria for science being science. Video hasn't always been a thing. You could write down results. That's still science. You're a fucking muppet.
All right, let's carry into the next one. Thank you to both of our speakers for a very lively debate. We still have quite a few super chats, so if you have any questions, get them in, because we are going to be wrapping up here shortly. Gregory06 says, great job, Flatzoid. You really had a lot of good points there. Craig, how can you even explain Oh, I'm just kidding. Craig won hands down. Oh, Gregory, you had us in the first half. You're such a. Anyway, so a Kango 44. That felt like sweeping a rug, Gregory. That was impolite. All right, just playing. Kango 44 says if Craig is going to be Witsit, he needs. We're not going to say that, Kango. That's not polite. Anybody who was in the chat at the time, you can go see what he was referencing. But yeah, that's just let's carry on to the next one. Larry Scott says in planar and geodetic surveying, elevations are the same planar or planar. I'm not sure. Applies to the XY coordinates. Elevations are not part of the planar.
Yeah,
Part
that is
planar,
geodetic.
yeah. Just geodetic. Because you have to ignore the curvature of the Earth to do the small planar surveying.
The geodetic is based off of the measured plane of
No,
survey,
it's really not.
Plan of
All
surveying. That's why
geodetic
they do
surveyors would
elevation.
disagree with that assumption.
They take that slope and incline angle and calculate it as a curve.
All
Next one
geodetic
coming
surveyors
in.
in the world just like cried a little bit inside.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
Alejandro Vallejo
the globe
says.
doesn't exist. I agree.
Hopefully I said that right. I think it's Alejandro Vallejo. I'm not sure.
That's how I say
Vallejo.
it, so
Let's
I
just
hope
be
it's right.
perfectly clear. If the sun sets on the flat Earth, the Earth could still be a globe. But if it does set, it would completely falsify our current model. Thoughts, Craig?
If the sun sets, it falsifies the flat Earth.
We
Is that what
lost
you're
your
saying?
audio.
Hello, you hear me?
Oh, you're back. Yeah. You think you changed
Sorry.
screens and it shut your
My
audio
bad.
down for a second.
So what? So the question is, if the sun sets, does it falsify flat Earth?
If the
it's
sun
globe.
sets on the flat Earth, the Earth could still be a globe. But if it does set, it would completely falsify our current model. Thoughts, Craig?
Yeah, well, I hold the opinion that if the sun sets, then the Earth can't be flat. But of course, flat earthers don't understand how angles work and disagree with that. So, if sun set, Earth not flat.
No, if sun set, Earth not globe, Craig.
But no, we expect it to set on a globe. We wouldn't expect it to set on flat Earth.
No, you don't. You expect 24 hours sun for it to be a globe.
Is he talking about the like Antarctica or just in general?
Yes, yes.
Right. Well, if he's
Define
talking about
experiment.
Antarctica, okay. Right. I didn't understand the question. I didn't realize he was talking about Antarctica. So let me rephrase. Yes, absolutely. If the sun in Antarctica sets when it's not supposed to, it debunks everything we understand about the globe. And for me, the only way that could happen is if maybe the Earth is flat for some reason, or not the shape that we're told. So I have to join Globebusters because we've been lied to. If the sun sets in Antarctica.
All right. Well, hopefully you'll have open invitation at that time, if that's the case. All right. So Mr. Shonk says, okay. So according to flat earthers, oh, sorry, we just read that one. I'm just going to scroll down. Slithery says, why can't atheists solve differential equations? Because they don't believe in higher powers.
Just out now.
That's what you
leave. Don't even get your coat. No, your shoes are just get out. Okay.
You are not invited to our parties any longer. No, I'm kidding. We appreciate you joking around in the super chat and just, keeping things fun. We do appreciate that as well. If you just want to, let us know that you're having a good time, or if you like what you're seeing on screen, that's great. I will also remind our audience, we're getting down to our last couple super chats, that both of our speakers are tagged in the description. So if you enjoy what you're hearing from either of these speakers, you can go check them out at their respective spaces there. So let's see here. I see Spin. Craig, get Flatzoid's thoughts on my sun size pixel count.
Okay. Do you want me to do that right now? Because it would take a while to show a video.
I'm not sure what this is about. So can you maybe give us a
If
summary?
you can just
of
send
what's
me the
about?
link, then I can check it
Yeah.
out and do a video on it if you want.
Basically, there's flat earthers claim that the sun changes in angular size as it moves away. This person basically wrote a Python script to measure the pixels of the size of the sun throughout the day, and there was literally no variance according to the pixel count. So
You do know according to the globe, it should change.
yeah, the variance that we expect is there. It goes from like 89 to 92 pixel difference. A difference of 89 between 89 and 92, which would match what we predict. But it doesn't. The variance is that, and not what we would expect if the Earth was flat.
Okay, and then there's another thing. Did he take it in different locations? Because different locations give different varying results as well.
Well, this was just on one particular video that some flat earthers have claimed that it shows. I'll pass you the link and you can analyze it and maybe do a video on it.
Yeah, and I'll check it out, Sean. Yeah, thanks.
All right, you guys got it. Awesome. So let's see. I'm just going to scroll down here. Past that one. Godzilla says, no, read that again. For fuck's sakes. Craig, not asking you that. I'm sorry, Godzilla. I'm not sure what we're... Do you know what he's saying here, Flatzoid?
Testable. He's asking him for testable, repeatable results. And all Craig is saying, trust me, bro. So
No, I showed the testable, repeatable results. He just has to test and repeat them.
All right, Shovelhead Steve is just saying Flatzoid equals poop emoji. Well, thank you, Shovelhead Steve. That's
you.
so kind. I did read it though. I.
Why? No, hold on. That's not fair, dude.
not
Can you? It's not. That's
very
not
much
right.
there.
You shouldn't do that. Why would you be so mean to poop emojis? That's just not fair. Come on.
Oh, Craig, my goodness. Larry Scott says, no, we read that one too. Look at that. We are really getting down on them. Alejandro Valhero says, Flatzoid, congratulations on your new documentary. Never saw a better example of someone thinking they are redeeming themselves while digging deeper. I think that one's genuine because I think the last one was coming after Craig. You can let us know in the live chat. I'm not sure. Like I say, some of these are backhand, so we can't.
Yeah, if you want to see the documentary, it is linked in my page.
Wait, did you do another one, or is that one I already covered?
No, it's the same one.
Oh, okay,
Same
good.
one.
Thank fuck for that.
All right,
Couldn't
awesome.
cover another one.
No, I'm coming down too hard on our live chat now. No, we do appreciate modern day debate. Let's just see where we are at with our poll right quick, and then we're gonna ask the last question that was in the chat. So right now, with 45%, we have FTFE, and just shooting up to 28%, we have Flatzoid, and then the voices in my head at 21%, so they don't agree with any of you, and then 6% agree with me, which makes sense.
So Ryan won. Yeah, well done, Ryan.
No, I only got 6%. I definitely did not win, but I
won.
the majority of the talking, so that's just me fishing for those 3 people that are like, good job, Ryan. I'm like, I'm trying my best. All right. Godzilla says, okay, I did test Craig. Every plumb at the rest everywhere is parallel to the next and always. But
incorrect. I can
only
show
limited
evidence
to
of diverging
reality.
plumb bobs, but you'll just go nutter. We measured the fact that plumb bobs actually diverge over distance. But you just ignore it and carry on believing your little fantasy. It's fine. You've never tested it, so don't lie to me.
So diverging plumb bobs, then therefore not level. Cool.
No, because level is matching the curve of the Earth. They diverge the amount we expect with the level curved Earth.
Perpendicular to all plumbs.
All right, last question from Godzilla, and then we'll do our closing statements. We'll give each speaker a minute on the floor to give their thoughts on the discussion, where you can find them. If you want to talk about other debates you want to have, that's fine too. Godzilla says, okay, I'll try to clarify, Craig. The pic you showed as proof of water at rest not being level was titled capillary action. That is dishonest of you.
No, it's not. It shows that water doesn't always find its level. There's nothing dishonest about that at all.
You do know with capillary action, it's actually it's still seeking level with capillary action. The point is it wasn't at rest.
But it is at rest, it's not moving. It's only gone up a certain distance because of the pressure. Yeah, no, it only got a certain far up. No, capillary action is there's movement caused by capillary action, but once the pressure differential is changed, it is met, then it won't move any further. So the picture I showed with them at different points shows that even water at rest isn't always level. depends on the forces acting on it.
Are all those horizontals parallel with each other?
No.
Yes.
All right, let's get into our closing statements, because if you guys are going to do the no, yes, I know you are, but what am I? Awesome. We're going to get into those closing statements. Big thank you to both of our speakers here at Modern Day Debate. We do have more debates coming up, so keep an eye out for when we post those up. We are Neutral Debate, hosting debates on science, politics, and religion. We hope everybody does feel welcome and hits the like button. We have 417 still watching here at the end of the debate, and 338 votes in the live chat, so keep those coming in to let us know who you found the most compelling on our panel this evening, or if you just like the voices in your own head, that's fine too. So let's get those closing statements going. So Fight the Flat Earth, you'll have 1 minute on the floor, so thanks for coming. 1 minute, it's all yours.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. The only way you can be a flat earther is if you're ignorant of a bunch of physics. Whatever you think about Flatzoid, he isn't someone that understands physics, and people just need to understand that. I teach physics. I have a degree in physics. I understand physics. So when I talk about physics, I kind of know what I'm talking about. And that's it, really. Flat Earth is just ignorance in personified. I really appreciate you having me on. My channel, FTFE, is currently doing a month-long stream every day challenge. And on the 25th of this month, I will be doing a special stream where I challenge myself to do 1,000 push-ups during the stream. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm probably going to, be in extreme pain. But the point of the stream is that half of the super chats that I get will go to the Safa military charity, who have helped me and many others when we've needed it after leaving service. So please come and join me then. See me push myself as further than I've ever pushed myself, and support a good cause. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for coming out to Modern Day Debate. Big round of virtual applause for yourself there. So we'll hand it over to Flatzoid. You've got 1 minute on the floor.
Awesome. Thank you very much for this. It was fun. Thank you, Craig, even though we don't agree with each other. And I have shown you once again to not understand the physics you claim to know. On screen, we show exactly what he says isn't saying. He says, nah, he has failed to even understand that an independent variable means uno numero. Okay, and what other can I say? If you are interested to chat with me, you can just hit me up, subscribe, and we can have a discussion. I have a lot of discussion debate nights, and I am 100% with Craig on this charity. He's doing the 1,000 push-ups. I wish him all the luck. And yeah, go and support Safa, because they do a lot for people. And then, thanks, Modern Day Debates. And if anybody wants to debate me on biblical cosmology, let me know, or even biblical things like Satan's short season, because I am not a Satan short seasonist. Let me know, and we do this. Thanks.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you. And yes, once again, a big round of virtual applause for coming out to Modern Day Debate. Thank you, Flatzoid. Thank you, FTFE. We'll definitely get you guys back to have more discussions going forward. But once again, in case after 16 years you did forget how YouTube works, definitely hit that like button. Whether you're watching this here or in other spaces, we appreciate you guys getting this out there, and also participating in the comments section afterwards. It can get pretty heated there too, so keep an eye out on that. We'll be back for more juicy debates, so we'll see y'all later. Thanks again. Bye.
All right, thank you very much, guys.
Just going for it at the end.
All right, that was fun. I will speak to you later. I'm going to go and finish up on my side. Catch you later, guys.
Yeah, no worries. Oh, and cheers, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Speak to you soon, mate. All right, guys, I am desperate for a pee. Been holding it in for a while, so let's quickly watch this while I go and relieve myself.
What is a full moon and what is a new moon on your model?
Probably like a magnetic cycle, and just like the center of a Flerfs cell image of a magnet.
I think it's probably like a magnetic cycle, just like the center of a Flerfs cell spiral. Image of a magnet, it's just black in the middle. It's actually pure inertia, not just a little. In the Flerfs cell image of a magnet, it actually goes into its inertial state, then charges back up. It becomes like etherically displaced. Yeah. You start to see it charge up once more, and it goes back like it did before. Once it becomes like etherically spaced, you see it charge up and take its place. Oh shucks, ain't that something? That's how moon phases work, fam. Pass the dresser. In the magnet's heart, centrifugal divergence flies, centripetal convergence pulls. But fine all science, etheric whispers sing, light and shadow blend, magnetic cycles spin, where physics seems to end. In the ferrocell image of a magnet, it actually goes into its inertial state, then charges back up. It becomes like etherically displaced. Yeehaw! Grab your partner, swing around, magnetic cycles up and down. Either song in the air, hillbilly science everywhere, cause it's like etherically displaced. Yeehaw! Yo, belly on up to the Wixit word salad buffet. Who has light vinaigrettes? Behind the Jugger Ranch.
Then charges back up, and once it becomes like etherically displaced again, you start to see it charge up throughout a cycle, and it goes back.
Yeah, of course it does, Witsit. He ain't smart, is he, that guy? Well, that was fun. Flatzoid once again showing that he's ignorant of pretty much everything ever. Wow, so many of you watching and super chatting. Absolutely incredible. Where did we get to? JSS Tiger for $5 says, Flatzoid, I have a surveying book for my college days that says a level surface is a curved surface. Please tell me why the author is wrong. Yeah, I actually asked that, and he just went, oh, don't know, really. Oh, sorry about when I did my presentation that I didn't frickin' show you guys, by the way. That was clever of me, huh? Buffering? I don't see any buffering. Guy with bearded lizard for $4.99. Thank you very much. Just give Flatzoid a microphone and he will destroy himself. It's amusing how objective reality can be subjective for some people. Yeah, I like letting him hang himself. Kuros for $10 says, if planar surveying worked, they wouldn't have to worry about pesky little things like meridian convergence. We have to worry about meridian convergence, so we rely on geodetic surveying, not planar. Yes. But I think my argument of, well, planar surveying ignores the curvature, right? Yeah. Why would you ignore something that isn't there? It's a Rubik's. $2 says, modern day debates is frozen, no screen share here. Yeah, my bad. Kuros, $5. Regarding geodetic surveying, are the surveys accurate before the corrections for curvature or after the corrections for curvature? After. That's the fucking point. Purjo Shack in the chats. Now take your shirt off. Oh wait, you're not drunk anymore. Yeah, no, I'm not getting naked on stream again. I like my YouTube channel. JSS Tiger for $10 says, Flatzoid, if you acknowledge geodetic surveyors use a different definition of level, why didn't you use that definition in your intro for a good steel man of the globe? Because all we can do is strawman. Yeah, I did notice that, Stormwings. Vic from Canada, $6.99, says equidistant line over a square is level. Equidistant line over a circle? Lies! Bloody impossible lies. It can't be done, you Freemason atheist. Atheist? Yeah, I know. Why would you believe the Freemason atheists, right? PJ, $5. Nuh-uh, 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 nuh-uh. Duro, shake head. More derp. Nuh-uh, that about sum it up? Yep, pretty much. Who's this racist Riker? Yeah, we could just ban them, I think. Just like hide them from the channel, guys. Dihydrogen monoxide for £2 says he probably thinks he's still manning the globe. Yeah, the problem is no flat earther understands the globe. RT96 for $2. Flatzoid's head proves we live on a spinning bold. Dave McKeegan for £5 says, 1. Assume, 2. Test, 3. Conclude. 1. Assume Flatzoid is clueless about surveying. 2. Tested with this debate. 3. We have a winner! Oh, yeah, I always survey plan a walk. She needs surveying. Dihydrogen monoxide for £2 says, show star-related proof just to piss him off. You gotta keep it on Earth, Quake. Gary Little, $5 says, if the Earth is flat, why does the US Army use curvature to plan UHF, VHF radio systems? Yeah, I know, right? Why is there a fucking radar horizon? Craziness. Vic from Canada, $6.99. Sorry, Krieg. Flatzoid did good. He said words, and they make my brain think different. I smarter now. Yes! Earth make flat shape. We all adoctrinated. Karen B's unkempt bush for $6.66. Hail Sagan. Can my super chat go to Flatzoid's air conditioning fund? Why is he sweating like a pig? Sorry to all pigs. And that was your 10th super chat on the channel, Karen B's unkempt bush. Thank you very much. Dihydrogen monoxide for £2 says extremely large spheres are still spheres. Yeah, but are they pairs though? That's what we've got to find out, to be fair. PhD Tony, the only real man in the room, $5 Australian. Flatzoid is full of shit. Maybe shit's full of Flatzoid. Dave McKeegan for £5. That's a straw man. That's not the flat earth model, says the guy who states he doesn't have a flat earth model. Single Step, $5. I just went to Modern Day Debate to send a super chat for Raichi and it wouldn't let me. Maybe they banned you over there. I don't know. Weeboo Metalhead, member for 51 fucking months, says, what the absolute fuck is a density deposit? Or is Flatzoid lying his ass off again? Is he really a flat earther or just a pretender like Slappy? No, he's really that dumb. Alejandro Vallejo, 50 Mexican dollars, says, I actually feel a little bit bad because Flatzoid actually thought of the start. I was honestly congratulating him about his documentary. Sigma Step $2 says, I voted no. FTFE sucked tonight. You lie. Sigma Step for $5 says, that 1,000 push-up night is going to make me take out a second mortgage. Dude, yeah. I've tanked your credit, haven't I, in the past, few weeks. Oh, thank you for your support. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Icy Spin for $2. Thanks for the promo. Sun don't change in reality, Flatzoid. Dan Demand, €2.49. Craig, you really grilled this Muppet. He got toast. Warm, buttery toast. Oh, guys, thank you very much for watching. This was a nice early fun stream. I very much appreciate your support as always. Absolutely insane. But yeah, so tomorrow we are doing a gaming stream where we're going to play some Helldivers for a couple of hours. Because why not? Thursday I've got another debate against Shane St. Plagiarize. I've got Simon Dan coming on, I've got Conspiracy Cats coming on, I've got Creaky Blinder coming on, I've got Dapper Dino coming on. Lots of cool stuff planned for the next couple of weeks of the Stream Every Day for a Month challenge. You guys are all incredible. I love every single one of you, just, not you, Gary. But the important question is, can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars?
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
Good morning. These words come with a storm warning. Better batten down the hatches, grab some matches and brace yourself for a long day of misery. YouTube has given me the power to reach up into the sky and show you all that we live on the ball. I bring you science that's comprehensible. Your view is indefensible. You're reprehensible. Go on, Mr. Sensible. When I was young, I never thought I would be here to see this. A pile of random nonsense dressed up as bullshit. Your ignorance will be the death of us all, like running headfirst full speed into a wall. You could always read a book, buy a telescope, set it up and take a photo of the moon, or just be a buffoon. I send you in a balloon up to the stratosphere on page 3.
You're a few fries short of a happy meal. You're dumber than a box of hair. The wheel's spinning but the hamster's dead, and you're as smart as bait. You forgot to pay your brain bill. You're missing a few buttons on the remote control. 24 cents short of a quarter. You're surfing in Nebraska. You're as bright as Alaska in December, and you fell out of your family tree. You don't have all the cornflakes in one box. You got an IQ of 2 and it takes 3 to grunt. The elevator doesn't go all the way up, and there's a vacancy on the top floor. Your antenna doesn't pick up all the channels. You're several nuts short of a
You're Mr.
fruitcake.
Sensible, calm down, don't go too hard. You don't need the hard slap burying Flerfs in your backyard. You're a man of science, poise and grace. Mage 2 did everything to wipe the grins off the face. So Nathan, get away from those kids. The world is not flat and it doesn't have a lid. Recognise the differences between the textbook and the Bible and control yourself. Lay off your slander and your lies. You're a bunch of knobs poisoning the well of the youth, spreading lies that you like to claim as knowledge and truth. Stop spreading fresh bullshit like the butter on your bread. Maybe a musical assault will knock some sense into your head. I hope one day you'll hear these lyrics and smile, and you realise you used to be a 40-year-old child. Now it's time to wake up, open your eyes and see, and acknowledge the existence of.
You're a few clowns short of a circus. Your phone is off the hook. Your sewing machine is out of thread. You're all foam and no beer. You don't have all your dogs on one leash. An intellect rivaled only by garden tools. There's no grain in your silo, and your skylight leaks a little. Your belt doesn't go through all the loops. You couldn't pour water out of a boot without instructions on the heel. Your slinky's kinked, and you're proof that evolution can work in reverse. A few feathers short of a whole duck, one fruit
Can we
short of
pretend
a
that
full bowl.
airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
You thought it was over? Well, I'm still standing while you're swinging, flinging feces, talking shit just like the human centipede. You got the mind of a chimp, and I'm here to expedite your shore leave. Cause I'm a seaman, but not the kind I ripped up on your mum's gums. I'm the kind that sailed submarines and fired guns. I could float a boat across the ocean with my eyes closed, circumnavigate the globe with a compass and a bag of sausage rolls. Well, all you can do is nibble on your toes. I'll smack you with the hose that you taught a water level, sit and swivel. You nasal gazing muppet, you can stuff it harder than the wallet stuffed by Warren Buffett. And I don't care about your sauces unless you're serving them. And I don't care about your lines unless you're curving them. Now step away from me, you're sucking up my oxygen with the vacuum where your brain should be, you dumb fuck.
Thank you everyone for watching. Yeah, please come tomorrow and just watch me have some good old-fashioned gaming fun because I'm a nerd. That will be at 10 p.m. UK time. Rachbot will be joining me in the fight for democracy, managed democracy, and I'm going to find out on Discord who else wants to join. So there's 4 spots. So me and Rachbot, and then we're going to get 2 more Helldivers to join. The Democracy Space Station's up and running now, and apparently is causing a lot of problems. So that sounds like fun. I love every single one of you, all of you. Just not you, Gary. Honestly, but the support that I get, is just mind blowing. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Remember, stupidity's not a right. Fight the flower.
Fight the flower. Fight the flower. Fight the flower. Fight the flower. Fight the flower. Fight the flower. Fight the flower. Fight the flower. Fight the flower. Fight the flower. Fight the flower. Fight the flower. Fight the flower. The cray. Fight the flower. 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 The cray.
When I was a young boy, I grew up on the farm. I'm a country boy, and I used to fuck the cows and the pigs. I used to fuck the pigs, and the cows would come, and I would pat them and look into their eyes. Pigs look gorgeous, and cows are beautiful. I love the look of cows. I want to be a urinator. And this morning, I went to the toilet.
I'm masturbating.
Hi, my name's Nathan Oakley, and I have been lying to people about the Earth being flat for a lot of years. I did this to hide the fact I have a small penis.
Level.
Hello?